Okay, dokie. Are we live? Probably. Yes, maybe not. Good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon, good Halloween. Yeah. Oh, good stuff, right? Good whatever time, whatever celebration you have right now, enjoy it. How everybody is feeling today? Good. Get around. Give me some feedbacks if you can hear me and you can see me. All the good stuff. We're gonna be here for more than an hour. I hope so. Remember, the show is for the people. So people need to participate, first of all. Give the stream a like just to promote it on YouTube. And after that, you ask your question, you comment, you call. So we can keep the conversation going. That's how the people direct the show, not me. All right. So this is my page on social media. If you want to visit it, Green Turf. So there we have it. We have so much to cover in this show. Yesterday, scandal in the Carabao Cup. Chelsea out, Manchester City out. People say it was a sabotage or whatever. Bring your theory, bring your narrative. We're going to discuss. And a lot of flops. Flops players. And also the manager. Because the manager chose those players to be on the pitch to begin with. So yeah, a lot of stuff to discuss, and this weekend we have the Premier League back. New manager bounce for Manchester United. Yesterday they completely destroyed Leicester City. And Sunday, Chelsea are warned because that could turn ugly. And Manchester United still waiting for a new manager to be announced. So a lot of stuff to cover, my friend. A lot of stuff to cover. So feel free to come and discuss with us if you have time to do so. You don't have time, you can just watch, listen, and ask a question or just smash the like. That's it. All right, so People's Republic is in the chat already with his conspiracy theories. That a lot of politics and a lot of spiritual things that he's promoting here or not promoting. But yeah, people got their own ideas about certain things. There are parties that people don't celebrate because apparently it's just evil. Regardless of the party people celebrate, somebody is gonna be offended and not happy about it. So that's the way it is. You can't please everybody around the world, and you have just to understand people. I've seen Christians also celebrate Halloween in their own way. In their own ways. Not necessarily that they're enjoying it, but it's kind of party for the kid. But hey, that is your theory. Donald Trump, what do you have to say?
That's mother effing Nkunku. What's going on, man? What's going on? Hello?
Yes, sir. Go on.
Yes, sir. What are your thoughts on United and Chelsea, brother?
This Sunday,
Yes.
um, I'm afraid United have a manager bounce thing, and Chelsea might have some difficulties. But as a Chelsea fan, I'm not gonna say United to beat us ever, but it could be very complicated. I think it's gonna be a draw, but I'm not gonna
Who's
be
playing home?
United.
Ooh.
Old Trafford.
Ooh.
It will be raining, the roof leaking everywhere, cold, snow, all that. It's gonna play the referee, the VAR, everybody for them. So we know
Are
how it
you
goes with United, huh?
Are you currently satisfied with Enzo's performance since he's joined the team?
Which Enzo you're talking about? We have two Enzos, Maresca and
Fernandez.
Fernandez.
Yes.
No, really. At the beginning, he started good because Chelsea bought him like in January transfer window, something like that. And until the end of the season for that particular season, he did okay. But we've seen people doing okay when they start in the Premier League and then they got found out. And then they are blocked. They don't know what to do anymore. So far, to be honest, he's been okay for certain games. But he's a very popular guy. Like, people love him. Especially African people. Like, they
Really?
love... Yeah.
Wow.
Like, he's very popular among black people.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they defended him no matter what the chant were. Like, people just felt like they had to defend him. And that has to do with protest against like Western countries for French people and why black people play. So it's a lot of politics and history behind it for them to support Enzo. Now, on the football pitch, we have people who, every time that you tell the truth, you are the enemy. You hate Chelsea, you are not a proper fan. You don't know anything about football because he can't do any wrong. Like the majority of people on social media are that way. It's black or white. You know nothing. You hate him. Go die. Nobody likes you here. You don't deserve to be here. They abuse you. They call you monkey. They call you all kind of just to discourage you. I've never seen an army of professional insulters, if that is even a word in English. Like, can you imagine, like, if they talk about Enzo Fernandez on Talk Sport, BBC, Sky Sport, they have to turn the comment section down. They have to turn it off. That's how bad it is. Like, you don't touch that boy. He can't do any wrong. It's everybody's fault. Not his fault. But
so you would say that they are satisfied with his performances?
Those people, but for many other reasons. Like, I don't want to get to the details because in reality, if you believe on those so-called statistics and GA and all the complication that's going on social media, you compare him with some average players, he's just in the bottom. But the GA and statistics don't count when it comes to him. It's always somebody is there to get him. Look at his performances against or with the national team. It's always something that is not allowing him to say, and always those statistics are fake or something. But in reality, the same people will bring statistics to make their cases if it fit them. So it's a very complicated situation with Enzo. But me, I got like a very thin skin. I don't care what people will say. I'm enjoying it. I'm just laughing at it. You can insult, you can racially abuse. I don't care. That's the truth. Because I don't discriminate people. I say the truth. You know, no matter what you are from.
Would you say you hate everyone equally?
I hate them equally and I love them equally.
Yes.
That's the way it is. It's equality here. When it comes to telling the truth, you didn't do good. You don't blame. It's becoming like you have to point a lot of fingers on other people just to take attention away from Enzo.
Yeah.
So like yesterday, you were here and somebody came here and say, "Oh, did you see Mikhailo Modric? That guy that don't deserve to be there. Did you see Nkunku? Did you see Felix? Did you see?" So he was bombarding, and I asked him one simple question: how about Enzo Fernandez? He was like, "What do you expect him to do when he plays with so many average players?" You see? So this is the way it goes. So everybody is bad. No, it doesn't work. But Enzo was bad because he was playing with a lot of average players who are not in his level. And when he plays with a lot of world-class players who are not in his level, it's somebody else's fault, or the system, or the position, or the weather, or the food he ate before that, or the girlfriend at home. It's something always. So for me, no, I'm not satisfied so far. And I'm not saying sell him or he's not good, but the hype in the community doesn't really justify in reality on the pitch. We don't see anything because you are the most expensive player in the history of Chelsea, in the history of South American football in terms of like midfielder. Neymar is top there because of his Neymar.
Yes.
But in terms of midfielder, like he's like the second most expensive South American player. So when you pay that kind of money, you expect somebody who is a finished article, somebody who will bail you out, some Messi level of. Inter Miami are just crap. They never won anything in their history. Messi comes, everybody average, moment of magic, boom, boom, Messi scores. You expect wow moment, right?
Yes.
You would never see Messi, because Lautaro Martinez was so bad and Calendar
what my friends
didn't
usually
perform.
say is, we call it a game changer.
Exactly. A game changer, playmaker, difference maker. He is the guy. So if your guy is going to blame everybody else, or the conditions need to be perfect for your perfect guy to perform, there is a problem here. It's, Caicedo didn't protect him. Nobody was defending and helping him. No, do your job. Okay? Create magic. That's what people expect from you. So,
Yes.
So far, he's been poor, but I'm not going to give up on him. I support him. When the racial accusation were there, I said clearly the guy is not racist, but you might be singing something that you don't know. Even you can say N-word to me in a joke or something you didn't know is, and then no, that is bad. But it doesn't mean that it didn't affect me. You said something that, you didn't know, but it affected me. Okay? That's the way it is. So it's a lot of stuff going on with Enzo. He need to improve. He need to improve, and people need also to see the light. Just because you are stating some fact about Enzo Fernandez doesn't make you an enemy. You don't hate him. And this is the problem we have, like people who are told always that they are awesome, they are good, they are the kings, they are the best in the world, and people getting money from them and like helping them to do certain crazy stuff. Those people end up in jail, dead, in big trouble. Look at Didi today. Do you think that he did all that himself? No, because some people around him, you are the king, you know everything, you are the best, nothing can arrive, you're gonna beat you feel that power. But if you have some guys who say, hey buddy, I love you, you are my brother, but what you're doing now can bring a lot of trouble to you. You're not performing good now. Focus on the pitch right now. Forget about 1,000 tattoos and girlfriend issues and Lamborghini, and the brother is like building a bad CV right now. Like he's banned from driving in England because his Lamborghini driving without insurance and breaking the laws and stuff like that. He went to court, paid a lot of money. He's banned from driving. Separate now from the mother of his kid, and a lot of drama going on, and the song, you know, the racial songs. So he's building a case against himself right now. So probably the brother needs somebody to tell him the truth, like, you are not what you think you are. Keep working hard and you're gonna get there. So that's my position.
Okay, so obviously you're not content with Enzo Fernandez. And I think he has not, I guess, shown what he was in the World Cup, those couple matches, right?
Yes, sir.
Even in Argentina, he hasn't really shown that same person.
I'm glad that you can say that, because you are somebody who always come here to punch people and lie and manipulate history. Even in the national team, he's not like a wow guy. He's just a player in a good team of Argentina, and you have the GOAT, the best of the best is there, and you have everybody just working hard to help him.
Because look,
there's nothing. How many assists? Just he scored a wonder goal. This, you know, like a top bin or whatever. But in the World Cup, he didn't even start the World Cup. It was because of an injury that he came to play the rest of the World Cup. He scored.
There was like 2 or 3 players that were subs, and then the first match, they came in after.
And he took the shirt, and that's why I don't like the tournament players. The hype from big tournament, I don't like that. I was one of the few people who said he's a good player, but I don't like the hype. I don't like the price. The price is gonna be too heavy for him, and people are gonna be on his case 24/7. People called me name. You hate him. Every time you state some fact, some simple fact, people just wanna go with the vibes because it's trending on social media. And I don't go with vibes. I'm very old enough to understand how this works in football. James Rodriguez, look at him with Colombia. He's like top of the top. In the club level, every club that he been there, big failure. Real Madrid, Monaco. He went to Saudi. He went to Qatar. He went to all kind of country. He went back to Brazil. Went back to Colombia.
Spain.
Average everywhere he goes. Average in the club level. He goes for the national team. That brother is a possessed man. It looks like he's gonna die on the pitch for his country. So
it's so crazy how that happens, huh?
So we have so many examples. You can't just say, oh, look at the World Cup because he scored 1 goal, top bin, or he's leaving a Chelsea Football Club. He scored like 1 year or 2 years ago, a free kick. Wonderful free kick. Everybody, look at that free kick. After that free kick, bloody Cole Palmer already scored like 30 goals already after your free kick, right? So we always go back and, oh, look at this, look at Argentina, look at this. The system is... And people have been saying, oh, he's playing the wrong position. For the last 2 games, brother, we put him in the position that people have been asking him to play from. Sit back. You are a deep... he's like a DM, you know, dictating the game from very far so he can see the pitch. He can break the lines like Fabregas, have assists, and even just go forward a little bit and score goals. None of this is happening. You put him as a number 8 is a problem. The manager don't like him. Blah blah. Is Gallagher, is Mount, is a problem. You put him as a number 10. No. You don't know how to use him. Look at Argentina. Blah blah blah. You put him as a number 6. No. That is not his position. He wasn't protected. Where was Moises Caicedo? It's always a problem. What is wrong with people? Tell him the truth. We like him. We want him to stay in the club. But lying and manipulating people for some vibes on social media is not going to help us. This is about Chelsea Football Club and not about an individual. That's the problem. Anyways, man.
I mean, look at Julian Alvarez. I know we're talking about Argentines. Look at him. You know, the guy's not shining in Atletico. Everybody thought like he'd be this game changer there as well.
But also that one is also understandable. It's a new country, and he just got there. Like he plays, I don't know, 8 or 7 games so far. So you can just understand a little bit. Like he's new, he's learning on the job. Enzo Fernandez has been there for 2 years already at Chelsea Football Club. He's seen everything. He's seen the entire team wipe out. He played with so many, Thiago Silva, whatever. He's becoming even the captain in a very short period of time. So you can't continue to give excuses of he's not, because we see people come after him, adapt quickly, and do things. And for him, it's always somebody's fault. I just don't get it. So
has he ever mentioned or give a hint who specifically his fault is, mostly?
Who is what?
Like, you're saying that he always blames somebody else for his issues. Has he ever hinted or given a name out?
It's
like,
not,
it
it's
was
not
the
like
goalies.
him. It's not like let me go back and probably take what I just said. It's not like him saying that such and such. It's people, because he got a lot of fans, including me.
Oh.
Okay? So those fans or who are already in the cart, they are fans and fans. Like you are in the Messi's cart, right? Me, I might be in the Maradona cart. So nothing he can do is wrong. It's Maradona or nothing, right? And you
cocaine.
And you might be in the Messi's cart. So the guru can't do any wrong. It's somebody else to blame. Yesterday, you find everybody is guilty. You give him 10 out of 10. But he couldn't even pass the ball. He couldn't even win 1v1 duel. 1v1. And you're going to blame Caicedo? Come on, this is one-on-one, you and me. It's not about the team, it's you, okay? When you are missing passes all the time, you got dispossessed all the time, how are you going to, how is that has to do with Caicedo? Tell me that. Now, so it's not him saying that such and such, but he actually liked one comment on Instagram. For people said like a few weeks ago he played from number 6 position or whatever, and somebody put a comment on Instagram and he liked it. A comment like, oh, now you see how Enzo Fernandez is performing from when he's in his natural position. In that line, I can't tell exactly what the message was, but in those, the same idea of, okay, basically the manager been misusing you, and today you had a good game because you played from your natural position. So he likes that. So that means like he confirmed and he knows it. Now you are giving the position that you've been saying, I've been abused in other positions. This is my position. And from there, you can't perform. And now we have to blame anybody else, find another excuse. So it makes zero sense, in my opinion.
Yeah, I get you. What time do they play Sunday?
What time we play Sunday? Eastern time. Eastern time, it might be, let me check, 11.
Is it 10?
Probably 11.
11.
11:30 Eastern time.
I'm going to say United 2-0.
United to win 2-0?
Yeah.
Well, I respect your opinion, but I think me as a Chelsea fan, I see a draw. I'm really worried about that game because of the manager bounce and some players that we have still very suspect. The goalkeeper is, I don't know, man. I don't know how Chelsea managed to get that guy. He might be like a very good goalkeeper today, or 1 minute, and for the next 10 minutes he's gonna be like a Sunday league goalkeeper. Like you don't know what you got from Robert Sanchez. So that is a very very weakness there. And the defense, I am not too sure. We still have Fofana, who is injury prone and who is not really 100% fit. And Levi Colwill he's good. He's good in the defense, but very slow. So he needs somebody with more pace so they can complement each other. So the defense still very, very shaky in my humble opinion.
To me, Fofana is probably one of the worst players you guys got.
No,
I've heard this guy named so many times, and I have never heard anything good of him. Never, no man of the match, never.
Because he hasn't been on the pitch that often. Like you heard about him this season because he's on the pitch. But for the last 2 seasons, he was in the hospital. Last season, he didn't even play 1 game. Not even 1 game. So he had an ACL injury. Before the ACL injury, he had a broken leg. Like his entire leg broken in preseason. And he wasn't even playing for Chelsea. And on top of that, he got a lot of like knee injuries here and there and there. Like if you go to his history like record, you might be tired of just like reading, right? You know that they're gonna pull a list of injuries and when that happened and give you some details. You might get tired even of reading. You go page 1, page 2, page 3. You're like, no, I'm done. I don't take this crap anymore. You're gonna leave because it's just too much and too long. That's how bad it is. So, and when you don't have,
I've heard you say Fofana. I can't wait till Fofana comes back. Fofana. But I never hear, oh my God, man of the match, Fofana. Like, I don't know. He's French, correct?
Yeah, he's French, and I'm not gonna praise somebody, and that's the problem we have in the Chelsea community. If you are French or you are Nigerian or you are from whatever country, and you tend to just push your boys and blame everybody else and push some kind of theories. But for me, I just don't care. You are playing for Chelsea. I don't care about the color of your skin, your country, your parents. It's just the same. But in the Chelsea community, we have a lot of division.
Yes.
About a lot of them. Like depending on where you're coming from, we're gonna support you or we're gonna bury you. Like the same performances that Enzo Fernandez is having right now, and people are defending 24/7 and blaming anybody else. If he was another player from the academy, oh my Lord. Oh, it was going to be the end of the world. Don't play for my team anymore. They're going to threaten their families, their wives, kids. The level of evil toward academy, you are like, are you supporting Chelsea or are you just here to hate on certain people? That's it. So when like I criticize like Nkunku or Badiashile or Disasi, and then people are like, oh, you hate them, you have an agenda. I'm like, hey, if I had an agenda, I should be supporting them and pushing them because they are my country boys, right? But I don't care. I don't care where you're coming from. I criticize you and I praise you when you deserve to be praised. So it is what it is, man. It's complicated to understand.
I used to follow this other YouTube channel. I'm not going to say their name. They were also with Chelsea. So the way I found you was I think it was like a United versus Chelsea game, and then I think United won. So I wanted to see live reactions, and I used to follow this other guy, his community, but I said one little comment in their YouTube chat, and I got banned for it. I forgot what I said. They didn't appreciate it. So then I found you, and then, you've heard my comments so many times. I don't think I've ever said anything,
No. You actually, when you started this, you were a troll. You were an online troll. Like, you were trolling a lot, like, imitating my horrible voice and accent and making people really uncomfortable in the chat. And I think I emailed you or something. I told you, bro, listen,
yeah, Twitter.
we are hear different kind of people, different accents. English is not our language.
I remember that.
I want to have a good time here, you know. So there are certain people who don't understand that is a troll, that is just a joke. They just take it seriously, and they are like, you know, they have a bad day for somebody saying something. Like some people are so sensitive that everything that you can say can really destroy them. They can even get depressed by you saying something. So I'm not in the troll. I'm not even in the troll world because I know it can affect people too. For you, it's a joke. But for another guy, it could be a very big insult, and it could be a confirmation of his own, what I can say, that insecurity.
Insecurity. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if just take it like a girl. So you tell, oh, you gain some weight, and she knows that she's fat, right? Mm-hmm. And you say something like that as a joke, she can go through depression. But for you, it was a troll, it was a joke. So that's why I try to avoid certain things, to say certain things to certain people. I just want them to feel comfortable and welcomed in my channel. And when you started, oh man, you were so into it.
I've definitely respected your guidelines, you know, and I do tiptoe at times, but definitely nothing like what I used to do.
Yeah, when you used to do. And now that you're having twins, I don't think you're going to do that anymore. Because one day...
I'm still going to be the same. Trust me.
Be the same. Okay, wow. And one day they're going to watch...
I think bullying builds character. And at the end of the day, we don't know anybody in real life, so I don't think anybody should take just words to the heart.
Just word, but it's affecting some people, even that we don't know lives. It's affecting people's lives. Have you been in the situation like people leave a comment on something and just that, like 1,000 people can leave positive comments, right? But one person, that little evil needle is gonna bring some poison and put there. And you just focus on that, like, why would you say that? You know what I mean? Like, why? This is how human brain works, bro. Just it's easy to say, oh, you don't care, don't take it seriously, man. Don't forget about it. But in reality, in real life, it just hits you hard. And those people know that they can get on you by saying certain things. You can pretend, like I can say I have a thin skin, and yes, in reality, I don't really care of what people say. Otherwise, I was never going to be a public person on social media. And here, everybody knows my address. If you don't want abuses, don't be there. So I have a thin skin. I can deal with issues, but there are certain things that you see the level of like hate, jealousy, evil. Something that somebody just get on you all the time. No matter what you do is bad, he's gonna find another way of just getting in your skin for many reasons. You know, he's not happy about his life and he wanted you just to feel it. You're gonna feel it, bro. You can pretend whatever you want, but it's gonna get you at some point. Right, we talk about a lot of negative stuff here. Let's go back to business.
Sorry.
No, it's not you. I'm talking about myself because I've been talking so much negative stuff. Tchouaméni been linked with Chelsea Football Club for swap deal with Enzo Fernandez. So Enzo Fernandez to Real Madrid and Tchouaméni from Real Madrid to Chelsea.
Ooh.
Now, you ask me a question about Enzo Fernandez. My honest opinion, I told you, it's 50-50. It's so. What is your opinion? You would take the gamble. What is your opinion about Enzo Fernandez? You from outside.
I think he's overrated. I think he has a lot to deliver yet. And I think he won't deliver. I think
he's
the same for Tchouaméni. He's
23 years old. He's still a kid. He's 23 years old. He's not on his prime yet. So be careful about saying never, because you don't say never in life. Never say never in life.
Well, he has yet to prove himself. And from what I've always realized is that Chelsea's always willing to pay. You know, it's not going to be like, Madrid will pay the difference. No, I'm pretty sure Chelsea's going to pay the difference. Who's going to turn out winning at the end of this deal? I'd say is Madrid, because Tchouaméni, I mean, Jesus, that guy, horrendous.
Yeah, you are saying that because you are Barcelona.
But look, I'm saying the same thing about Fernandez. But who's the worst? I think Fernandez is better than Tchouaméni.
The problem is, it depends on how you see it. But certain players do good in certain leagues. If you look at Capello, a few days ago, he gave an interview and said, look at Xerxes today in the Premier League. He can't even touch the ball because in Serie A, he had all the time on the ball. Defenders are not as aggressive as in the Premier League. So now he can't even do anything in the Premier League. I'm not saying that is totally fair, what he said, but there is a little bit of truth on what Capello said. The league is slower. The tempo is slower. You have a lot of gaps. You have a lot of time on the ball to do your thing. But in the Premier League, when you are just thinking about your next move, the ball being taken away from you. So, and Tchouaméni, because Real Madrid, the reason why he's not playing a lot of games being they have a lot of midfielder. They have a lot of people from his position. They have Kamavinga. They still have Modric. That is his name, no? Modric. Yeah, Modric still there. Last season, they still had Toni Kroos. They have Valverde, yeah? The Uruguayan guy. They have so many now, and they are looking for positions to adjust them. Mbappe came. They don't play the same position, but they are looking for ways to just accommodate everybody in the team. So, Tchouaméni, he's physical, versatile. He can play as a center back. Ancelotti been playing him from there when they had like an injury crisis. And he's built for the Premier League. That guy is like a dog on the pitch. Very technical also. I'm not saying that it's going to work because I've seen people like him come and hit the wall in the Premier League, but it just makes sense. It just makes sense that Fernandez is built for La Liga or Serie A or slower leagues, and Tchouaméni is built for Chelsea or the Premier League.
How old is Tchouaméni?
Huh?
How old is
I think he's 24 in that region. Almost the same age as Enzo Fernandez.
Yeah, I'd say Fernandez is better. I'm sorry.
Well, that is your opinion, but
I don't even see
Tchouaméni
one of
the
anything
things that people don't like about Fernandez, well, few people, because it could be only me. Could be all me stating because people are afraid of saying anything about Enzo Fernandez, only me saying it. But one of the things that you're going to see in Enzo, the lack of defensive work, the lack of pace, the lack of awareness around him. But he's good on the ball. When you give him the time on the ball, he's going to find the right pass. So only that. And for him, in order for him to pass the ball, Caicedo need to come close to him and watch. Bodyguard. You need like a bodyguard to just be there to protect him in order for him to play football. So what kind of footballer are you? You need people. We don't need... you know what I mean? So it is what it is. So you saying that Tchouaméni or Enzo Fernandez is better, you better keep him. And I don't even think that Chelsea need Tchouaméni, to be honest. But it was just a comparison between the two. I don't even think that Chelsea need him because Andrew Santos, the Brazilian brother, he is top of the top. Like he is. I don't know. I don't want to compare, but that guy is everything that Chelsea need right now. Andrew Santos. Chelsea have so many midfielders. They have Lavia. They have Caicedo. They have Ugo Chuku, another monster in the midfield. Well, they bought like 35 million useless buy for Dewsbury Hall. And they have like Kelly Man, they spent 20 million. They have Chukwuemeka that is here, attacking midfielder, not having enough time. So I don't even think that Chelsea need really to bring Tchouameni. But if that is the deal to get Enzo Fernandez out of the team, and that makes sense. But it's not like I'm pushing for Tchouameni, but I'm just saying that it's going to make sense. Mr. Joseph. Huh?
How's it, guys?
Yeah, we good. How about you?
No, okay. We're still disappointed.
Still disappointed about the game yesterday?
Yeah, until next game.
And the next game, nothing is getting easier. Manchester United away. I don't know. We haven't won over there since the dinosaurs. You know, when the dinosaurs were still on Earth? That's when Chelsea won at Old Trafford. We don't win there. You know?
I don't know that ground, even Manchester, when they are not even good form.
Yeah, always. Even if they have 14 injuries, bro, you have to always be careful about United. I don't know, one of those bogey teams. You just don't beat them.
I hope this time Maresca can break those curses there.
Say it again.
I hope Maresca can break those curses.
Okay. Yeah. So you think they put a curse? You think they put a curse on Chelsea, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That man who is that Ferguson, he did it something. That's why we don't break that one. Maybe he can do it this guy. Let's hope. But to be honest, for the first time, I'm angry with Maresca last night. Since he started match first day, I was happy what he's doing, where he's talking, where he's selecting his substitutions, and everything is like almost perfect, you know. But yesterday, we don't, you know, as fans, we don't like to lose. But he got his plan. I know he don't want to continue on this competition, and he want to focus on other ones. His reaction is telling us that way. But we don't like to lose, man. We got enough players to compete, all of them. Some other players, even they can get a game time now, like ice on cup or ice on cake or what, something like that, you know. If they got all competition, players like Mudryk, they can perform. Players like Joe Flix, he never sniff even Premier League substitutions, so they can play and enjoy there. And if they go far, maybe sometimes you can win.
You are breaking, bro. Are you still there? Your microphone is gone. Hello? I don't know if it's my fault. Let me double check. It could be my fault. Let me double check. Hello? Can you hear me? Joseph, can you hear me? No.
Hello?
Yes, now I can hear. So basically, you were saying that some kind of conspiracy theory. Do you think that Maresca sabotaged that game on purpose? Huh? No. Joseph is gone. So Joseph is gone. People, if you want to join me, you can click on the link and you can come here and talk to us. Let me read some comment here. People's Republic say, here we go. Enzo Fernandez is the new Gallagher. Everyone trying to blame him for the fiasco. I don't think he's entirely the new Gallagher because 99.9% of the people are in the cult and I adore him. Only few people like me who are not afraid of being racially abused are going to tell the truth because you can't always try to protect somebody who is not doing anything on the pitch. You know it, I know it, but not everybody is able to tell the truth. That's the way it is. Stay far away from what is your comment here? Stay away from Real Madrid leftovers. Madrid always win the business deal and you end up with a substandard product and caput. And that is caput. All right. Not always. That is your theory. You like drama, so you always find something to say. But they sold Odegaard. Odegaard is one of the best midfielders in the world. They sold Chelsea Kovacic. Kovacic won trophies with Chelsea, Europa League, Champions League. He was a very, very solid guy for Chelsea Football Club, regardless of what you think. They sold Hakimi. Hakimi is a part of PSG today. Look at the level that he is. They got so many quality that sometimes they have just to sell, not necessarily. You give us example of they are leftover that went somewhere else and failed. And I can tell you, sometimes Chelsea, they're afraid of Chelsea instead because Chelsea sold them Hazard and the rest is history. So I think it's the other way around instead of what your theory is. They've been selling a lot of young players, very quality players, because they don't have rooms for them. If you look at Takubo, what is his name again? Yeah, Takubo. Yeah, that Japanese brother, amazing player from Real Madrid. He's playing for Sociedad now. Look at him. I can go on and on. I have a list of very, very good players that came from Real Madrid and still doing it. So your theory is not gonna work with me, bro. Unless if you bring your list of the so-called leftover that didn't work in other teams. Chelsea even scammed them. Kepa Abragadabra. Look at him. We sent him over there. They paid the salary and transfer fee. And we scammed them. Eden Hazard didn't want to play for them. You know, they took Rudiger from Chelsea on free, of course, but you know, he's performing good. So your theory doesn't really match this time around. I can give you a list of amazing players that left Real Madrid and went somebody else and they start performing. They lost Beckham, he went to Milan, whatever. We know the career of the guy. Michael Owen, they had to sell him back to like Newcastle because they had so many Galactico. You know, they just have so many quality, man, from the same position. And if the player is like, man, I want to play football. I don't want to just win trophies on the bench and the vibe about being at Real Madrid. And he want to go, they're going to let him go. But Tchouameni is a very good player. I'm not saying he's going to be good in the Premier League. Still 50-50, you never know. It's always a gamble, but I think he's gonna do good. We don't need him though. We don't need another midfielder. We have tons of them. We have just to use one of them from the loan army or from the academy, and we should be fine. Let's go to the Carabao Cup just to remind you. Okay, team of the round. Nick Pope, Munoz, blah, blah, blah. I don't even care because no Chelsea player is going to be there. Gabriel Jesus, Raheem Sterling, Nwaneri, a lot of Arsenal players. But who they played against? Hello? They played against Preston. So is that the level? Can you really judge Arsenal level because of Preston? It's up to you. Yes, Mr. Joseph.
Joe,
think it's cold. Some calls is coming and strike my phone. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Sancho, if there's any news about Sancho?
Okay, so let me answer this question to Arsenal for life. He said, who Chelsea did get in the next round? Nobody, because we didn't qualify and know where the banter is going. But it's the same old stuff every single season, bro. You get excited for beating Preston and then you got smashed in the quarter of semi-finals, and then you are out, and then bigger fish to fry, and we're gonna win the Champions League, we're gonna win the Premier League. You got smashed and smashed and smashed, and then game over. We didn't qualify, fair enough, but trying to banter for Carabao Cup, that is kind of embarrassing for the so-called best team in London, Arsenal, with no Champions League. Wow. So you are embarrassing yourself here, bro. And the second comment from you is like, you say that you remember when Real Madrid sold you Makelele. Yeah, that is a good point. I even forgot that we got Claude Makelele from Real Madrid. So People's Republic, you have another example here of an excellent player, the so-called leftover, that did very good at Chelsea Football Club. So your theory has no legs today, my brother. I can go to every single team that Real Madrid sold their player. They always perform very good in a very good level, But it could happen that they flop, but it's not because of Real Madrid. They don't have a history of selling flops. Yes, Mr. Joseph, go on.
Yeah, the Sancho.
Oh, you
Sancho,
asked about Sancho. So what your question is?
Like a true game, we never see him even on the bench. I don't know.
Okay,
There's
so
some
first
rumors
of all, the game in Europa Conference League, he wasn't there because the manager wanted to give a chance to other players and also keep him for the game against. Oh no, that is too far. Let me go a little bit close. The game we played in the Premier League with Newcastle. Sancho wasn't there, but I think it was fair enough. It was fair enough because Pedro Neto did pretty good. It was a good game. So we don't have to always, there is no like, this is your place kind of. You have to fight for your place. I think the only guy that deserves to have that position on his own and nobody can touch him is called Palmer. Anybody else, you have to fight for your place. Palmer earned that place for himself.
I think Palmer and Caicedo.
Yeah, Caicedo also. Yeah, that is a very good point. They earned those places. Yeah. Well, if you go to the defense, you can say by default, you can say Levi because we have no better. We have nobody who is better than him. So kind of by default, not necessarily by merit, but by default, he is the best out of a bunch. Okay, and he's still young and he's learning a lot. If you see how that brother has progressed from last season to this season, every single match I can see the brother is building more and more confidence. So in the defense also I can say, so three players can say with the chest up, they have to start every game if they are fit. But anybody else need to fight. So he didn't play against Newcastle United at Stamford Bridge. And he was supposed to play away at St. James Park against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup. What happened is he got ill. He's sick until now. We don't know. We're going to learn a little bit more tomorrow in the press conference, but he's sick. He couldn't play. It's not like a manager is against him or he been benched, but he's sick at the moment. So
I think he can't play to Manchester is a former team. I think.
No,
they'll
he's
suspend.
you can't play with your against your parent club. Technically, he's still on loan at Chelsea. Next season,
Yeah.
if we make the deal permanent, he can play against them. But for now, he's I don't even think that he's gonna travel. It's gonna be another opportunity for him to get some more rest because he's been sick. And the game after that probably is gonna be in Europa Conference League. I don't know. I'm just making up stories here, but it could be in the Conference League on Thursday. That's where we're gonna see Jadon Sancho. I don't think there is a problem, and I'm okay for the manager to bench him. Bench anybody, bro. Bench them so
No,
they can still on their toes.
Not about
They can
benching. I
fight.
don't
They
have
can
a
feel.
problem to-
Huh? What
I
you
don't have
say?
a problem to benching. I just worry some news.
Somebody is calling you. You have to talk.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You can come. I'm still here. Don't worry about it. Family first, bro.
Okay.
Family first. You talk to the family and you come back here. We're going to put you through. I'll be here for a long period of time. Don't worry. Don't rush anything, right? Okay. So, People's Republic, you got your answer. Today, you're not going to beat me in any debate. Keep on protecting Enzo Fernandez. We all protect Enzo Fernandez, but not everybody is a cultist. Yesterday, it was a disaster from everybody, including Enzo Fernandez. But some people try to point fingers on Mikhailo Mudryk and on other people just so they can take attention away from Enzo Fernandez's horrible performance. Everybody is in the same bag, man. Not everybody is a cultist. All right. What else? So, team of the week, team of the round. Even Timo Werner scored the other day, man. When you see Timo Werner score, there's a problem. So, for the next round in the Carabao Cup, the quarterfinals, it's going to be Tottenham Hotspurs against Manchester United, Arsenal against Crystal Palace, Newcastle United against Brentford, and Southampton against Liverpool. Let me give you my quick predictions here. I feel like Tottenham Hotspurs might go to the final this season. Unfortunately, that it's gonna happen one day. You can call them Spursy, they don't win anything, but it's gonna be one of those days that they're gonna break the curse and win a trophy. And the manager say that he always wins a trophy in his second year. Ange Postecoglou say that. So I don't know, man. I can see Tottenham Hotspurs going to the final. I think they're gonna beat Manchester United in the next round. Arsenal against Palace. Yeah, I think Arsenal are gonna beat them. I think Arsenal are taking this competition also seriously because they won a trophy. Arteta won a trophy during the pandemic because of Anthony Taylor handled them a trophy against Chelsea. But since then, it's been like 6 years. He hasn't won anything. So I think anything, any trophy, any silverware this season, he's going to try to fight for it. So Arsenal to beat Crystal Palace in the next round. Brentford against Newcastle United. Newcastle United playing home, St. James Park. It's going to be very tough for Brentford. So I see Newcastle winning that game. Southampton against Liverpool is the same story, right? It's the same story. Liverpool always beat them, Southampton. So I think Liverpool are going to qualify, Newcastle United to qualify, Arsenal to qualify, and Tottenham Hotspurs to qualify for the semi-finals. And my prediction for the draw, semi-finals draw, is going to be Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspurs against Arsenal, and Liverpool against Newcastle. So, Tottenham to beat Arsenal, all right, to qualify for the final, and Liverpool to beat Newcastle United to qualify for the final. So Liverpool are getting into another final. It's gonna be Spurs against Liverpool, and Spursy, haha, in the final this season. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna talk about the final another day. But I see Tottenham Hotspurs against Liverpool in the final of the Carabao Cup this season. I think, listen, if you give Tottenham Hotspurs top 4 or winning the Carabao Cup, they're going to take the Carabao Cup. Fans are sick and tired of waiting. They want something to show off. So they're going to put everything. They're going to play their strongest team ever. This is their chance to win the Carabao Cup and probably Europa League. You never know. Europa League still big guns over there. But I think they're going to focus and do everything in their power to win the Carabao Cup. I don't blame them. They've been there like for 20 years without any trophy. So even this Mickey Mouse Cup is still better than Audi Cup. So something legit to show, oh, we won something. So yeah, it's Tottenham Hotspurs, man. It's the history of Tottenham. So one day they're gonna win a trophy, and Human Son really deserves a trophy, man. I feel sorry for that brother, to be honest with you. Okay, people. So do you have any question for me? Or anybody is gonna join us? Feel free to do so, because slowly and surely I will leave if there are no more questions. So we talked about the Carabao Cup. That is done, sealed. Let's go and check on Fabrizio Romano if there are some news that we have to discuss. So Real Madrid game against Valencia been postponed because there are some bad weather over there in Valencia, and Real Madrid sent some money to help with the flood and everything that is happening over there in Valencia, and that is going to save them a little bit from criticism, because the last few days they've been in the media for wrong reasons, for protesting against the Ballon d'Or, and if we don't win, we don't go to the ceremony. So there's been a lot of bad publicity when it comes to Real Madrid. They got smashed the other day against what team again? Barcelona, right? Yeah, they got smashed at home. So they have a lot of negative publicity at the moment. So doing something like this, sending some money to the people who need the most at the moment, is a good thing. So they sent 1 million to help the victim of the storm in Valencia. Let's go. This guy here, Ruud van Nistelrooy, he said that Manchester United is in a difficult situation. Let me put it bigger on the screen. Why not? Is in a very tough situation, but he's determined to help in every. He can do anything that they want him to do now to help. Basically, he's offering his services to Manchester United. He already won 1 game for them convincingly. People are happy. There is good vibes in the camp. If he does good against Chelsea, he can live in peace. And for the new manager, he's only gonna join after the international break. So Ruud van Nistelrooy still got few games really to kind of sell himself, put himself on the market. Win few games at Manchester United convincingly, show passion. Go to Europa League, win, okay? And after that, it's going to be, you go there with your head high. and you're gonna get another very good job in the first team somewhere. Probably not in the same level as Manchester United, but this guy already managed PSV, so he knows how to deal with dressing rooms, right? I think I was frozen for a few seconds. So if you see a little problem with your stream, it doesn't depend on me. It's cold, it's stormy, it's been raining for a long time, and I don't know what is happening. Okay? So Roy, why am I'm calling him Roy? Rude, Mr. Rudy boy. Fabrizio Romano had an interview with Leo Messi in Miami. Yeah, this guy got a lot of money, a lot of sponsors now. They are flying him all over the world to go and talk and do something because his influence around the world of football is insane. So everybody want to associate themselves with Fabrizio Romano. And now he met Messi in Miami and had an interview. Good for him. What else is trending? Nothing really, nothing special is trending at the moment. All right. Nothing special here. Let's double check on Chelsea official stuff. If there is anything that we can discuss about. Yeah, the boys. This is back in the day when Chelsea used to wear like white. I want the white jersey to be back. White kit. Ashley Cole, Frank Lampard, Didier Drogba. What a picture. What a photo that is, man. Proper Chelsea. Robert Sanchez been shortlisted for the goalkeeper of the month. The goal of the month, Nicholas Jackson shortlisted. And the player of the month, we have Cole Palmer been shortlisted for that. So we might have another winner back to back because last season, remember Cole Palmer was last season or last month. Cole Palmer was the player of the month, and this also could, he has a chance, but I don't think he's gonna win it this time. But he had a very good month. And let me double check something here. In Premier League, is there any breaking news in the Premier League? Yeah, there are just a lot of interviews and a lot of quotes from Van Nistelrooy about Rodri, the Ballon d'Or winner, Saka. Yeah, a bunch of injuries or interviews, and they're talking about Halloween and the stars. There are a lot of football stars wearing different ways. The Rock Johnson, last season he was David Beckham. This season, I don't know if he's gonna be Didi or something. So, yeah, people just
sorry. I can't, you made me laugh. Sorry about that.
Yeah, why are you sorry about laughing? I'm just talking about.
It was funny, and I was laughing. It was funny.
Yeah, some people, just because Didi, people call him a monster now. It could be a very good costume for Halloween. Didi there, and people are gonna laugh at it because last year Didi was a Joker in the Halloween party, and he wore like a Joker and so many things. And it been a lot of memes going on for him being a Joker, and then people found out that he's really a Joker in real life too. And now people can wear his costume because he's a monster. So that's the way it is. Wait, what you are?
I was watching a stranger say Halloween costume. I was watching before you came on. I was watching as I always do the Pat McAfee show, and they all dressed out in all these ridiculous costumes. Okay, one was dressed as a Panda Bear, the other one was dressed as Hulk Hogan, another one was dressed as Black Panther, the other one was dressed as Waffle, and then there's one guy. He came in. He was dressed to FBI agent. So he had all the FBI. The agent clothing, the sunglasses, and that, they wear that bulletproof vest, whatever it is, FBI. And then he says an FBI agent who has just raided Didi's house, and in the one hand he was holding a big, huge, like completely over the top bottle, and he said baby oil.
Yeah, that's it's becoming a big meme and a big business behind that.
Went to get evidence. Went to collect evidence, and it's like not just a small one. And they had to make it one like 50 liters or something. Like really make it so that you couldn't make no errors. So like that's what makes it funny, that it was so ridiculous. You can't buy a bottle that big, but I mean, it's very very funny.
For comedy, for banter, it's good.
Exactly, that's what you do. If you don't go and buy the exact size for the shop, then it's not funny, but because it's too close. But if you make it like exaggerated, where it's just okay, come on, then it becomes funny. That is comedy. That is humor. Sometimes is to exaggerate something, to take something. It's a bit like you just mentioned before. I must be also Halloween and comedy, stand-up comedy. Because somebody nominated Sanchez to be goalkeeper of the month. I thought, what? Somebody's doing a Halloween sketch or something.
You can have a T-Rex hand like Kepa Braga as your goalkeeper, and you wear it on Halloween. That is scary. So Halloween. Just to jump into that, I know that many Christian people, certain believer, they don't do certain things because it's celebrating death or celebrating evil or certain party or whatever. But it depends on what you believe. Because I've seen also Christian also kind of celebrating it because that is what so you bring the light in the darkness. Like don't just go away and leave them alone, but you bring the part of your Christianity into the thing. So you bring the good side of thing. Like now, even in my house, like they're gonna wear like deaf people or whatever. They becoming, like goodwill, charity. Okay, if you're gonna go and collect some candies to other people's houses, you have also to buy something for them too, to live there, so cool. You can kind of like share with them. It's like sharing, having fun together. You go get some and you also give. So what I do is they do their own little walk at home and you pay them kind of money. They have their piggy money. They save a lot of money. They even take us to dinners because they have money. They're making money from me. They are just suing me. Everything that I do, they sue me and stuff. So from their own money, I make them buy even more candies than what they're going to collect from people.
But make sure you buy the cheap one from Costco or something, the very cheap one.
I don't want to get the territory. Just buy. So you understand, when you clean the house, when you vacuum the house, you make your bed, you do something good, you make some food for us, you get paid, you work very hard for it, and you teach them how to work hard and how to also share.
I was just thinking more when people come knock at your door. There's kids there, so you have all that cheap candy, the one which you can buy for 10 kilos for like a few bucks. You don't give them the nice expensive one. They go, what? Oh, bugger off.
Yeah, they don't care. They just want to have a good time. If there is some peanut butter and some it's always good. Things always taste good for kids. They don't really mind.
But if you
I don't really care about the price because I don't pay for those things. They have to pay for it. I pay them money for the work that they do at home, so they understand the value of the money.
Very
also,
good.
They understand the value of sharing with other people and not always go and then get from them. And I'm not gonna wear them with dead people or whatever. For me, I teach them another. Because all this is becoming like commercial values. It's
Exactly.
like, let's sell as much as possible. Let's create Valentine's Day. Let's do. People break up even more the next day from the freaking Valentine's thing. You know. So
Remember Black Friday? It used to be one day. Now it's like a whole month.
now it's like event on social media, online, or Black Cyber. It's people try to sell.
Yeah, but here, over here, we don't even, at least we take all the American holidays. So we took Black Friday, for example. It used to be like one day on a Friday, everybody went crazy. Everything was, people think, so what the shops do, the shops will say, we've reduced everything 25%. What they don't know is that 2 weeks before, they put the prices up by 25%.
Yeah.
So when they're doing the clearance sale, the shops are not losing anything. They're selling the same price as before. But people, because it's Black Friday, they don't think. But now they found out they made so much money on Black Friday. Then they tried, Black Friday for one whole week. Oh, people accepted. Now it's Black November. I think it's called Black November. The whole month is now, it's like, come on, man. I don't even start thinking about Christmas. There's another one completely not crazy. Then you have January, the January sales. Do you have in America January sales?
Yeah, it's always something, bro. There's always something in America, and they start all here, and people buy it even around the world. When I was back in Africa, sometimes people didn't even care about the Halloween thing because it's a religion, it's a separation.
Mm-hmm.
Now everybody is doing the same thing.
You serious?
Yeah, people are doing it, celebrating it, and wearing it, and they're a lot of fun. So what I can say is, the world is the world. It is what it is. So if you're gonna
small village, you become very global, very small.
If you're gonna demonize everything, is demon, Satan, evil.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to be very careful about that because you're going to be left behind. Like, let's say the kid that we have today, this is their time. This is what they see. But it depends on the way you teach them about the event. The message that you transmit to them, what the celebration is all about, is the most important. Than don't do that because you are celebrating. A lot of pagan parties became Christian parties. Even Christmas. Do you think that Jesus was...
I don't celebrate Christmas for the same reason, because there's no way in the Bible
there's no
Jesus'
way
birthday.
you're not gonna find that, but Christians are celebrating it. Why? So you have to find a meaning. It's just a date. It's just a day that God created, but you're not gonna tell people
God
or tell your kid not to celebrate.
Hang on. God did not create Christmas. These are commercial people who created Christmas.
No, what I say is another day that the Lord created. So God created that day. It's not commercial people. We people put date. We people put event in that day.
Where did in the Bible? I didn't see Father Christmas in the Bible. I don't know Father
There's
Christmas.
no way that if a Christmas was there, it's supposed to be like in summer or fall. Because if you follow the event of Jesus when he was born, it wasn't in winter in the middle, because if you read how they were traveling, in the donkey, and the women pregnant, and all that, the weather and everything, and there is nothing that you can find.
And they couldn't find no shelter.
It was in the middle of the snow. It was cold. No. If so, Jesus was never born in December the 25th.
Nope, and he wasn't born in. He was born in somewhere in the Middle East, not in America.
That the day, so that the day people used to celebrate some pagan kind of parties, and because it was too big, and somehow Christian also started like put it Christmas, so it got another meanings. But if you go to old history, you will find that it was some kind of other demoniac kind of parties. So that's what I say, that I'm not sure that God is gonna blame you or send you to hell just because you had some candies on Halloween and you're not supposed to do, and that is a sin. I don't think that is a sin at all. It depends on how.
What about all these people who dress up at Halloween? They dress up like some evil
That is
spirits.
them.
And,
That is them.
but that is, I'm asking you a question.
Mm.
That is you celebrating evil. You are celebrating what is dark. You're celebrating everything that is satanic. So this is why I don't celebrate. This is why I don't celebrate. I don't celebrate Christmas. I celebrate Thanksgiving. I like Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving it's all about other people. It's all about appreciating what you have. It's all about giving. I like that. I like that. That's it's
the meaning behind the
yes,
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. I like very much the message and the meaning behind Thanksgiving, and I think it's very important that we sometimes
And
stop.
the problem is like you can't get away from Christmas or Halloween or other parties. So in the middle of that, just because you are in the middle already, it depends now on the meaning that you give into it. It doesn't mean that you are celebrating the same way or it has the same meaning to you. It could be Christmas is becoming a family part. You give it a name, okay? It's a day that I will have my kid over, my parent. We're gonna have good time, have a beer, some fight in the family. You know how it ends in Christmas and stuff. So you give it your own meaning. So that's what I wanted to say.
You live in Indiana?
No, I'm living in Kentucky.
Sorry. Kentucky, how far is that from Pennsylvania? Is that like neighbors or is that like a few states in between?
Few states in between, but I can navigate from other interstate to make it like it's easy. So you have to technically go through Ohio and then get to Pennsylvania. All right?
Yeah, because in Pennsylvania you have these people, they call them the Amish. You know, these Amish people who live like it's in 1800 or something. They have, the black clothes, long beards. They don't have telephone. They don't have radio, no TV.
They have horses and stuff. Yeah,
exactly.
They are not only in Pennsylvania. They are almost everywhere in America. In Kentucky, we have many of them.
Wow.
Amish people in every state. Pretty much, you find Amish. I've been even in Arizona. I found local culture. Many people there are like Indians, Native Americans, but I also found a lot of Amish people over there. So it's just like a culture, old culture. But just because like Pennsylvania is where like all the TV shows about breaking Amish and all that. But yeah,
I hear what they sell. The products they sell are some of the best because there's no chemicals. It's all organic. It's
they are Amish and also Amish. There are some of them who are also adapting to the modern life. They can drive now. But they limit many things to traditional and not overdo the modernization of stuff. So with the new generation of Amish and stuff, they still have their culture. They still grow their own food, but they still can also go to the supermarket and get food. They go to work in normal shops and whatever. They still wear the way they are, they cover their bodies and they respect their body, especially women. I really like their women a lot because they respect their body. Like it's something really holy, like they cover their body. They are very respectful. All that it just shows a lot of respect, especially for the women. The respect.
But those guys, if you imagine if God forbid something terrible happened and nuclear war or something, the only people who probably would survive after will probably be the Amish, because these guys, they know how to live off the land. They feed themselves. We other people would be finished. We wouldn't have a chance.
Well, if a nuclear bomb arrive, it's gonna be for everybody because it's gonna spread even in the countryside, in the wood, everywhere. So probably they might die even more because people who are in the civilization, mostly you have those bunkers and the medical attention that some of you could survive because they are every state in America, every city, they have like prevention centers for those kind of events. They expect something bad like that to happen. So few people who will be lucky enough to get there might survive and be good. But it doesn't care about the house. It doesn't care about the forest. the nuclear is gonna just spread in the forest, in the houses, and everywhere. So I don't think, I don't think that is.
But you've seen. I don't know if you followed. I watch a lot of this guy called Baldwin Bancroft, and he used to go a lot to Ukraine, to where near Chernobyl. Remember Chernobyl?
Yeah,
this
Chernobyl,
one. Now, the time when that blew up, the authorities, they didn't tell the people that, hey, there's been a huge disaster. Evacuate. They only evacuated after 1 week. And so people who were very closest to the thing there, I think radius of 50 kilometers, everybody was evacuated. But there were some people, some diehards who refused. Said, no, this is my home. I live here in the forest, what have you. They didn't evacuate, and they stayed. And some of them, they're still alive. This day he goes and visits them. And they're still, And if you look at them.
Maybe they built some kind of super.
No. These people, and because they live deep in the woods, and trees absorb a lot of radiation, the nature, what have you.
Oh, okay.
And
that makes sense.
what happened was a lot of that. When the explosion happened, a lot of that nature and everything, animals, everything, they all died. Trees died, and what have you, and all that. But if you look at, I don't know how many years. This is 30 years or something since then. The nature has recovered. This is why nature is so forgiving. Nature forgives us. We humans, we destroy nature, and nature forgives us. So the nature has recovered. The animals are back. All the flowers. But the
radiation rate still like very high.
I
think their body is just like changed a little bit of their genetic. You see a lot of defect on babies and even animals. Some, they have all kind of races of animals. Like this is not supposed to be this way. So there is something that modified the nature a little bit, and your body support it even more. So
excellent point, very excellent point. So the animals. So you said, let's say if you were a hunter and you used to shoot deer or something, and if you shoot that deer now, you'll find that meat is probably very dangerous because
they have more
radiation.
They have more. They have even albinos kind of animals. They have a normal like. Let me give you just an example, like dog, not a normal size anymore, like huge or a certain way, or the face looks different. It's not the way it used to be. That's what I want to say. So it changed the nature in many ways, and they take those radiation even better. They accept, the body already accepted this kind of radiation. But if you bring another animal to that environment, might not survive.
That's true. That is an excellent point. That is a very, very. I have to give you kudos. I'll give you flowers for that. That was very well summed. Who's that? Is that Victor on the line there? Who's that?
Yeah, brother Victor is in the building.
Hey, good evening, Victor.
Good evening, bro.
Good evening. Sir. Sorry, we didn't let you in. Sorry. We talked too long.
Yeah, I was just listening on the scientific implications of a nuclear holocaust.
You are very far. What's going on? Is a nuke? Is your place is nuke or something? You have radiation. We can hear you like far away. Far away, really.
I was listening in on your scientific implications of a possible nuclear holocaust.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was coming from work when I was listening to you. I didn't want to chime in because I was driving.
Yes,
but
sir.
I know that the subject matter, you and the other chap that we're talking about Enzo Fernandez's play, and how everybody goes after him and everything. I don't know. Between me leaving my car and coming into my house, I think you may have segued into something different in terms of talking about the nuclear holocaust. And I just turned in to listen to you. So. If that was the subject, then I would chime in. If it was
before you carry on, one small, very, very, very small, quick question. In Africa, our beloved Africa, is there any country which has nuclear?
No.
Yes.
None.
South Africa got South Africa. Victor, can you increase your volume a little bit? I don't know if it's my fault or not, but you are very low.
I can't hear him. I hardly hear him.
I can hear, but it's still very low, though. Let me try myself here. Hello? Probably
I'm
me.
here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's much better now.
Yeah.
Probably my fault. Yeah, South Africa got some. Not a lot. South Africa got some.
South Africa
Even
doesn't have a nuclear weapon. Do they have atomic bombs? Not nuclear, do they?
Yeah, but just nuclear in general.
Let's make sure. Okay,
You have
so
to clarify because
let's
people are
separate that nuclear bomb and what we're
Nuclear
discussing
power.
here.
Nuclear power.
Nuclear power is different because I was there in South Africa. I went to University of Cape Town, and they showed us they have a nuclear power station somewhere.
Wow.
So this is the same thing that exploded in
Chernobyl.
Ukraine. So we're not talking about bombing people here, but the same kind of effect that you can get. This is for research and power, light, and many research. I think in many countries in Africa got it, because I used to do some research back in the day when I used to be a student. They got it not like in big, but at least
they don't have actual nuclear warheads though. I don't think they have.
No, we're not talking about that nuclear head or whatever.
Power stations.
They have stations, small stations for research, and some of them for power. They do have it. They don't have the nuclear power of a bomb to launch it to whatever, Japan. No, not that kind of nuclear we're talking about here.
That's the one that I'm
because
talking about.
uranium, what is called
Yeah,
again?
yeah, uranium,
You
yeah.
have to enrich uranium
The majority of that is coming like from Congo, Zambia, in that region, right?
Mali is what the biggest.
So
It's
they got it. So they even got some experimentation in those countries, not big that can bomb the entire country or whatever, but they still have some kind of plantation of research and stuff like that. If that
But
makes sense.
Mr. Victor, so
I'm here.
your beloved country Nigeria, as it's always everybody in Africa looks up to Nigeria and South Africa. So your country with 100-something million people, how do they generate power in general? How do they make power?
I'm actually originally from Ghana.
Sorry, I didn't know. Okay, sorry about that.
It's fine, but we are all the same. Ghana and Nigeria. The only thing that differentiate between the two is one is like crime ridden, and the other is
Here we go. Okay, but both these countries, how do they generate their power?
they use dams. Like they have different dams like
Hydroelectric.
dams. I know that Ghana has that. But they have different forms of energy now in terms of generation. Their energy. I am not sure. I cannot confirm if Ghana has a nuclear energy source right now. I don't think so. I don't think we build anything like that yet.
So you have solar, wind power, and all that.
Mm-hmm. And the solar because there's a lot of sunshine in the northern part of both Nigeria and Ghana, because you get closer and closer to the desert areas, and you get a lot of sun. So yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Forgive me for I have to ask you one more last question.
Yeah.
So in Ghana, you guys live off the coast. Now, when I look at
about a fourth of the country lives off the coast. The rest
so when I look at the news and I see where Mr. Oakes lives, and I see these horrible hurricanes and tornadoes and whatever. Well, you guys live off the coast. Do you have any of these kind of things happening there, or is not?
Yeah, occasionally we live in the Gulf. We are the coast. We have the coast of the Gulf of Guinea, and it's calmer. We occasionally will have like terrible hurricanes. Hurricanes are worldwide. It's named differently, but it doesn't cause this massive destruction and death like it does in the Caribbean, in Americas, and also in the South here, like in Florida and other places. When I was there, I didn't experience much of that, but I know that there were like disasters that are related to the global warming that has definitely reached us, regardless of what some folks say.
In which way?
The global warming?
Yeah.
Oh,
how has it affected? How has it affected the climate or whatever in Ghana?
Yeah, because we have two separate seasons. We have the Harmattan or the dry season, and then we have the wet season, right? And if you are getting both extremes, and you know that we are definitely putting a lot of what is it called? Green gas house, what is it called?
CO2, yeah.
CO2 in the air. And all these other countries that are developing are adding on to it. And it must have some kind of an effect.
Yeah, but what on the ground, just on the ground, like how has it changed or affected you physically on the ground in Ghana? How can you see signs of, wow, there's something
there's been
going on?
dropped. I mean, the thing is, it started, and it's not in one year or one decade. I remember in 1982, there was a drought in 1980s. That's when all of these musicians, put together concerts to raise money. It was so many places in Africa, so many, from the west all the way to the east and beyond, had droughts, literally years of droughts, and there was serious farming in so many places. Chad, there were people were migrating to Ghana.
He fell out. Shame, man. It was so interesting.
Yeah, let's go back to football. He just disappeared. I think a nuclear bomb or something. Somebody's trying to nuke Mr. Victor or something.
It was just so interesting, man. These.
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, okay, there you are.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's move on. Let's talk football. Let's give your opinion about what you were saying before the question.
Let me finish my thought. So, for me, I feel like this is not. We live in a world of science. Okay, people that have faith, fine, they can go ahead and base things that they want to base on in faith, but everything has to be based on evidence. And when you have evidence to support a claim, science, we have organized our lives and our world around science. You sit in a plane and you are confident that this will take you because the aerodynamics work. It will take you from one spot to another, and you wonder how this tube, like this steel is supposed to stay, it's able to hang up in the air for this long. So we believe in science. That's why we are able to sit in a high rise of 50 different levels, and we know that when we are up there, because we've worked on the scientific aspect of the civil engineering, whatever, we organize our lives around science. I do not know why, if there is a consensus, a general consensus about what we are doing to the planet we live on, we refuse to. Now, some folks refuse to believe it. A minute ago, you were asking about what is the impact on individuals. We are talking about impact on our planet. You may not feel it in your neighbor, you may not feel it in your backyard because the grass still grows green. But if it's incremental, even if the degrees is just marginal, okay, it will hurt the generations that are even unborn. And if we want to leave this earth the way we found it, it's our obligation to make sure that we go to other sources of energy, so that we do not pollute the earth too much. I mean, you can tell, when you are burning charcoal or whatever, what it does to the environment immediately near you. Now, if you multiply that by all these industries that have populated the world, go to China alone, and you know how much they burn a day in terms of their CO2 impact and their footprint. It is not sustainable. So for me, whether you believe it or not, it's almost like having faith, having faith that God exists. You're having faith that God exists. Okay, fine. If you die and God is there, you meet them and you say, hey, I supported you, I worshipped you. But if it's not there, you are dead. Regardless, you are dead. So if it is true, we have to do something so that even if it's not true, then at least we made plans to make sure that we safeguard the earth. But if it is true, we haven't prepared, then it will be a disaster that we are going to leave for our kids. So that's my take on it.
But then, with that said, you guys in Ghana, Nigeria, everybody basically lives around the equator, and obviously South America. Better stop cutting these trees down, because they are the lungs of the earth. Without trees, nobody will breathe on this planet. And people better stop manipulating the weather. Cloud seeding. That is, we humans, we are playing God, making it rain where it normally doesn't rain, and putting all these chemicals up in there to do cloud seeding. There's a lot of stuff, dodgy stuff going on. You have a look at Mr. Oaks just mentioned Valencia, just this terrible flooding here. where, I don't know, 100 and something people have died.
No, I mean, the thing is this, the resources are there to be used, but you have to replenish them. I don't have a problem with people cutting trees to get wood to make a bed to sleep on, right? But if you know that you need that, your bed will not last, you want to make sure that when you cut, you grow more. And if you grow more, trees take forever to grow. And
oh, yes, 50 years, 40, 34, yeah.
When where we have the timber that we can get to be able to design a bed to sleep on. So I do not have a problem necessarily with using the resources, but you have to make sure you replenish it. Because if you don't replenish it, there won't be any anymore. Of course, that the whole world will be a desert land, and nobody will have a place to live because the trees sustain. I mean, you go to the best neighborhoods in this world, they have trees. You go to the worst neighborhoods in this world, they don't have any trees. So we know what photosynthesis does for us, and we get that from what? Trees, right? We breathe in oxygen, and then we breathe out carbohydrates, and the trees need that, and the trees give us back oxygen. So that circle of life is important. I'm not against at all somebody or us going out there and making sure that we can use what is around us for our own sustainability. But the cultures and the civilizations that have sustained themselves have always respected the land and have always replenished it. Because if you don't, then of course, there's nothing else in the future for all of us. So that's
very
the
nice.
problem.
It's very nice to hear somebody has knowledge about these things. Somebody actually keeps up to date and not just doesn't care. This is very, very refreshing. I'm very, very happy that you
okay, let's talk about Enzo Fernandez.
Oh my God! Here we go. That is going to be a lot of CO2 here. Okay.
Enzo Fernandez is the wasted money. I'm telling you here, he has not one single quality that will benefit him, unless he improve on it, unless he becomes faster, unless he become a better passer like Fabregas. Enzo Fernandez was a sheer complete waste of money. He does not bring anything to the team. I mean, he was brought obviously he cannot tackle. I've never seen him dispossess anybody of the ball, unless it was 75-25, 50-50, count him out, because he goes to tackle and he gets injured. Sometimes he goes to tackle, like the last game we played, he went for a tackle and he was injured in return. All the opponent has to do is stand their ground. He is the weakest midfielder I have seen in the Premier League, period. He doesn't have strength. He doesn't have height. He doesn't have the...
You are gone, bro. Are you still there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Like even the microphone is disagreeing with you sometimes.
Fabregas had same kinds of characteristics, right? He wasn't necessarily the strongest. But he made up with excellent passing. His contribution to the game was evident. He will find you the number 9 wherever that number 9 is. Okay, you could see the relationship he developed with Costa. Right? Was it Costa? Yeah, was it Costa?
Diego Costa, yes.
Yeah. The relationship he developed with him banged in so many beautiful goals. From those beautiful passes he was able to deliver. And he himself was also brave enough to go out there and score every now and then. Like, he scored some fantastic goals. Enzo Fernandez, 100+ million pounds. And this guy, he's in the game, he completely got lost. You don't see any impact at all whatsoever. When he gets the ball, his propensity is to pass to the side or backwards. I mean, lately, he doesn't even advance the game. He used to be able to, when he came to the club, the sheen of 100 million pounds was all over him. When he got the ball, he had this, audaciousness about him and the fact that he cost so much money and he wanted to do something with the ball. That is gone. Even that is no longer there. And for me to get rid of somebody like the guy that we sold to Arsenal, what is his name? I've forgotten his name. I always was after him.
Havertz.
No, Jorginho.
Jorginho. To get rid of Jorginho, I never cared for the other one, his counterpart that is in the City. I have never cared for him. But to get rid of those two people and to replace them, even Cristal, he shines, he tackles, he does what he does. But for that kind of money, you expect more. Surprise us every now and then. I know he scored a fantastic goal during the tail end of the last season from the center, but that was 1 out of a million. Every now and then, this guy should shoot, because that is how you destabilize and you disoriented, or you oriented the people that you are playing against, because you don't know where the goal is coming from. I am telling you, Chelsea's team right now is built in a way that you don't expect a goal from the first 7 people on the field.
You see, I said this yesterday, Mr. Oaks, he hit me on the head. I said, if you watch this Maresca system, they don't really create clear-cut chances. Yes, we have possession on the ball, we look good, but we don't really create that many chances. I even had a narrative that Potter created more chances with his team, but we couldn't finish. Even
I got your point. Let's not really go away from the topic. Let's go point by point. Victor came with a hammer. Yes, I want to structure a little bit, because I know where People's Republic is going, right? He's trying to take the topic away in order to blame the system and the manager for not doing enough in order to cover Enzo Fernandez. I know where he's going with this.
Yeah, but
that's why
the manager is not. The manager doesn't know how to play him.
No,
it's the manager's fault. He doesn't know how to play him. He doesn't have a system. If you're going to have a £100 million player, then you better build a team around him to suit his strengths. And you can't just play him in the Chelsea B team, take away all his self-confidence, and expect him. Okay, here Enzo, do everything. Come on, that's not reality.
There are so many aspects on this, Victor. I wanted you to know that People's Republic been giving me sticks for months because you can't touch Enzo Fernandez. So be careful when he agrees with you in certain point, because he want to shift the debate to blaming the system and the manager, forgetting that individual quality also can improve the entire team. So let's go point by point. I'm just putting a structure here. I mean,
the thing is this. He's a footballer, right? He's not a wasted bunch of an atom or something like that. He's out there, and if you give him the ball, he can pass. There may be a player in there, but he's been around here for a while, and I don't see it. So folks that have an argument for him instead of against him, I want you to show me. We were just talking a minute ago about evidence. Where is the evidence? And if you tell me that it's still a game, you play what is in front of you, or who you play in terms of the game that is in front of you. When you put him in a game, if it's influential, we all have seen the game of football. We've all watched. Some of us have even had the opportunity of playing it himself. You've been taught, or you've been coached, or you've had players around you, and you know how things are supposed to be. When you get the ball, the way your body moves, the way you structure your passes, your touches, the way you advance the game when you get the ball. All of this is known to a lot of the fan base. We are not completely ignorant. So if the reason why people love Kopama doesn't. I've never seen Kopama does any of the things that I accuse Fernando of not doing. Kopama doesn't tackle. That's why I said when we are in trouble, Chelsea stays in trouble. Because our players cannot go out there, dispossess people of the ball, and create something. We just run through emotions, and when we get the ball, we don't move it forward, we pass it to the side and back. And that has fundamentally not changed, because some of the players are still there. If you keep somebody like James, right, and he's your captain, and he gets the ball and he passes it to the back all the time, and even though he has the ability to maybe dribble or push the ball forward, we had Willian. Willian will go back there and get the ball and run with it. When you do that, the opposition moves back. You push them back, and the ball goes into their area, and they are forced to find solutions because the ball has moved. But if you get the ball and you stand on it and you pass, look at our skipper, sweepers. They just get the ball and stand. Now, I know we are all on Enzo right now, and I don't want to deviate from him. But all of them play like that. And they don't make him look good. If all of them were scoring, maybe he can go out there and use his prowess as a midfielder and do better. But he is the one that the ball has to go to first for him to create. Can he do that? Even in a B team? No, you make your team better. If you cost indeed £100+ million, you get the ball, and the way you you conduct the affairs of the midfield and make sure our spine is solid. You may not actually have the strength to tackle, but when you do get the ball and there's space in front of you, do you turn and pass or you push on with the ball and make the opposition find solutions to your attack? So all of these things, if the coach is not good enough to see it, and I, who watches cursory as a fan, I sit in front of the TV and watch it and analyze it, and when I'm finished, I go back to my work. He is supposed to take that video and live and breathe and eat with it and find out where our weak points are. Does he really do that? And have a panel of judges or coaches who are doing all of the work. I went through the statistics, on Premier League, website. What the players do have now masterfully been put there. The heat sink and all of that. Do they see it? Do they know that we are we pass back more than any other team? Do they know that we get more yellow cards because of some stupidity of arguments? More yellow cards than any other team? Nothing is changing. And I'm sitting here and all I have to do is click, click, click. And I have access to all this information. This is their job. They get paid hundreds of thousands a week to do this, to make sure they pick 11 people, combine them in such a way that they go out there and be successful. So for me, you could blame, yes, I am not on the bandwagon of this Maresca guy. For the kind of team he put out there last time. You want to tell me Chukwuemeka is worse than Dewsbury Hall, whatever his name is? No way. This guy has proven himself even in the days of Lampard. And he's sitting down.
So what you're saying now is there are many levels of issues at Chelsea Football Club,
Yes.
Including individuals and also the coaching staff. But
Yes.
what we hear from people like People's Republic is it has to be the coach, it has to be the waiter, it has to be the colleagues playing with him, it has to be Gallagher, it has to be Mason Mount, it has to be Donald Trump who was watching TV that day. You can't touch Enzo Fernandez. I agree with you. Everything you said here is a big package of issues that we have. But football is a team game, but also made of individuals. If you are good, you're gonna take us to the next level. Even if we lose 10-0, and you are like, oh my goodness, did you see the performance from Enzo? Did you see what Fabregas did? Even when we lost, he broke the line 10 times, put you through one-on-one with goalkeeper 3 times, and you didn't finish it. You are the problem, not Fabregas. But when we see here, is the same guy, below average during the same game, but you don't touch him because that was somebody's fault. Okay? It has nothing to do with him. He's perfect. Only somebody else.
The manager has humiliated him, has broken his confidence by dropping him from the team and making him play the B team with the likes of Disasi and Badiashile and whoever else was playing in that team there. How do you think he feels? What do you think happens to his pride?
He started this season, the first game of the season, captain of Chelsea. The second game, captain of Chelsea. Until the last couple games in the Premier League, that the manager start thinking outside the box and say, if I continue trying to please this guy, I am going to struggle. Let me change something. And that's why you are complaining about the game. But the majority of the games...
In that theory, how many games has Chelsea won since they dropped Enzo? Let me know. I'll hold on. I'll hold on. Hang on, Mr. Oaks, answer. How many games have Chelsea won since they've dropped Enzo?
How many games we played? Just be honest. How many games we played? That's the question.
Liverpool smashed them. Newcastle come on. Let's be real here. You can't just say...
The team is not what we think it is because we won a few tricky games. We went to West Ham and won. I mean, those the kind of things. But we haven't faced any formidable team that we have really gone in there. Our back line, none of them is courageous enough with the ball. When they get the ball, Badiashile yesterday, I don't know. And I'm not necessarily denigrating him as a human being. I'm sure he's good to his girlfriend and he has a nice home. But look at the guy. when the ball is at his feet, on his feet, he behaves like he's scared of that round thing. He behaves scared, like literally. When he passes step back. He passes and step back. How can that person be like Rodri? Get the ball, pass, move forward. Even though he's back there, he put the fear of the Lord in the opposition because they know that even he can move forward and go out there and score. Everybody goes, it's like.
Okay, so let's go point by point here. Let
me finish here real quick because
yes.
I know you want to structure it. These things, right, that we are going through has to be managed by the coach. A coach that puts the team we saw yesterday on the field is not up for the job. Listen, our team, we have enough good players in there that if you put out there and you don't even give them instructions, it's a tendency that they will go out there and score goals, right? But you can't have a team like Chelsea and the only one with any real higher IQ is Cole Palmer. You need about 3 or 4 of them. Who give these amazing passes and disable defenses and give you the ball on a silver platter that you have no other way but to score. Or go out there and it gives you the gleaming of chances. He is the only one that does that at Chelsea. Because of that, he's always...
I think you also say Madueke. Madueke actually has a very high... He has a high IQ. Madueke has a very IQ.
Just run with the ball helter-skelter. He's one selfish brute. He always wants to be the one that... No, let me finish. He always wants to be the one with the glory because he knows that if you score enough, your name remains on the lips of, of fans and also of critics. So if you score enough and you are a forward liner, if you score, you can do whatever you want to do in this world. If you don't score enough, it's not enough in football, especially if you are one of the folks that helps it with the attack. So he knows that he needs to score. And
okay, Mr. Victor, can I say something quickly?
Yeah.
I want to structure this to the point where we move point by point.
Yeah,
Let's finish about Enzo Fernandez. Let me
you just want to attack Enzo.
No,
you just want to destroy Enzo. That's all you want, Mr.
Understand that because we've been jumping all over the place. You cut me before even I structure it.
I'm sorry.
If you give me 15 seconds, we're gonna understand. You ask a question: how many games Enzo Fernandez missed and how many of them we won and all that. I want to structure. You cut me. We are talking already about somebody else, and then when another guy bring another name, and then it's so confusing. So I'm not going back to Enzo so I can get on him, but there are so many things. There are facts out there that we didn't even say it because you cut me and you jump to another name. So what I said is, Enzo Fernandez, if you're going to blame the manager for killing his confidence, he was there the entire season, last season. For the last 5 games, he got a surgery. Chelsea started winning games. But we never heard you blaming him for the games that we lost. So you're going to say that Pochettino killed his confidence back then. Now, he's been in the starting 11 since the beginning of the season. For the last probably couple games in the Premier League, that's why the manager changed him. We lost against Liverpool. But it wasn't just because Enzo is not there. Because if he was there, probably we were going to concede probably 5. Because if you look at the midfield, the energy and everything, the way they bullied Cole Palmer, they bullied everybody in the midfield. And you're telling me that somebody who can't tackle, who can't defend, who can't run was the solution for Liverpool. That is just being in the cult. That you are just in the cult and you see the positive about your guru. So I wanted to make sure that we set the record straight. We were losing games.
You haven't set any record straight because against Liverpool, how many chances did Chelsea create? One, and it was that fluke. Jackson scored, and how did that chance come from? Who gave that pass? Was it Caicedo? So that was about the only chance Chelsea created that game there. So let's not get too excited here. But Enzo is the only creative midfielder there who has any sort of vision. And when he's not playing, Chelsea looks bang average. And we just wait and see. This team will be exposed. It's already being exposed because Maresca is being exposed as a one-trick pony. And teams are already figuring out how to stop this. And you'll see, he'll come crawling back to Enzo. He'll say, "Please, Enzo, please forgive me. I didn't know what I was thinking." And he'll find a role for him in that team there, and hopefully Enzo will find his confidence again, and he'll come back to his high standard. Because if you see him playing for Argentina, he's a world-class player. How can he be a world-class player there and then suddenly?
People's Republic, I really beg to differ, though. I mean,
Good.
I don't mean
Thank
to
you.
touch you, but and you know, I'm sure you will respect the fact that we can have differences, attitude towards Enzo. But the thing is this, that when he does play, because it's not like he's completely ostracized. I mean, you know, well, this is the point, right? For me, even his inclusion, this like coming back and getting to be played on the field and also being given a captain band after what he did when he won what is it called, his championship down in South America, back in the US here. That was an insult to the rest of the team, no doubt in my mind. Okay, regardless of how they were able to solve it or whatever, those things do not augur well. It means that sometimes you cannot really play freely because you are over there. And I'm not saying that they should never have forgiven him, because, you know, to err is human. And so there has to be some forgiveness there. But you don't all of a sudden say, okay, he is now the one telling these boys what to do. Basically, that's what a captain does on the field. After what he's done, denigrating black people, black footballers. You know what I mean? And then he comes back and he's giving the captainship and he's all of a sudden telling them what to do. Do you know what that does to teammates, regardless of how forgiving they are? It has a psychological impact.
Okay, so we're gonna try to wrap up the Enzo debate. I was just checking on the fact on the, you know.
Yeah, but you have to let me finish this point. So it's very important. It's very important that we understand that if he's a great player, you know, there are some players that don't care who's around them, like the Ronaldos and the Messis and the rest. We just have to put them in a team. When they get the ball, they pick these passes and they make the other teammates look better.
And just to add something here, Enzo played against Nottingham Forest. Enzo played against Crystal Palace. We lost a point. We dropped 2 points. And he played against Manchester City. But in those games, it wasn't Enzo's situation. It's somebody's to blame. But when we play without Enzo against Liverpool, all of a sudden, if Enzo was there, we were going to score 10 goals. But all those games that we didn't score and we lost because Enzo was there, it was Gallagher's fault. So this is a debate that this is just like talking to a wall. Like we are wasting time here because some people just want to make their point. And
you don't even go out there and select these one-off games and say that that's the one that, you know, the reason why we lost or won. And could have, should have, all of that is, you know, under the bridge.
That's his People's Republic. When we lost, he's quiet, and is the manager. Now we lost against Liverpool without Enzo. All of a sudden, it's because if he was there, he was going to create 10 chances. And now we lost yesterday against another team. Oh no, because of other players around and the manager. So finally, tell us, why are we paying all this money? Because you are our playmaker, you are our Messi, you are our Ronaldo. You do something without blaming anybody else. Just create some magic. We are waiting for magic.
Okay, hang on. Well, when Chelsea bought him at Benfica, where was his position on the field? Let me ask a very simple question. What did he play in his previous club?
You want me to answer to that position, and you let me finish. You let me finish. Answer to that. He played as a DM, as a probably number 6. He plays also as a number 8. He plays also as a number 10, depending on the game they were playing. Even with Argentina, he plays also in advanced position, sometimes in the back position. I know where you're going with this question. At Chelsea, we tried him everywhere. In the last 2 games, people have been crying, oh no, don't play him 8, don't play him. You are abusing him, blah, blah. Okay. Europa League, boom. Play in the number 6. Oh, yeah. How many assists? How many breaking lines? Tell us what impact was there. Oh no, because he wasn't protected, because no bodyguard, no FBI and service secretary around him, so he couldn't perform. Boom, yesterday, what position he plays? The same position that you guys been making all kind of theories. Oh, he need to be as a number 6 to control the game, to control. How many passes? How many times he got dispossessed? Oh
I was
no,
playing with,
because
he
it's
was
B
playing with
team.
donkeys. Who was
Oh,
it passed
because
to?
it's B
Where was
team.
Nkunku?
What the
Where
heck?
was Nkunku? He was nowhere to be seen. The guy was went into hiding. So who's he going to pass to? Come on, let's be real here.
At least pass it. At least pass it and say
To who?
no.
To who?
Just break lines and let's say, where were you when Enzo put that amazing pass? Where were you? Just make us wonder, where were you, instead of, okay, I'm not
You
going to
can't just
play the
pass into
pass
empty.
because nobody's going to be there. Assuming
You know-
that nobody's going to
the
be
fact
there.
that he was made, the fact that he was made a captain meant that he was a shoo-in, right? Enzo making you a captain means that he came out there and defended his decision, right? He said that, oh, this guy is very vocal. He has that leadership qualities. He has the knack to lead. He has the acumen as a person that will be a controller general on the field. And I gave the captainship to him for that reason. Okay, if he came out there and he proved Enzo right, meaning Maresca right, and he was doing a day in and day out, he was doing these amazing passes and everything, he will be a shoe-in like we've done with Cole Palmer. Nobody can take Cole Palmer's position, even though I believe that even Cole Palmer needs competition. Otherwise, Cole Palmer relaxes. I've seen many times on the field where he's not running necessarily. But are you going to take him off? No, because when he gets the ball, he's a genius, right? And he has helped us in many ways. And he caused a fraction, comparatively, of what this Enzo guy cost. So when he has been given the chances, which has been plenty, it's not like he was this obscure, dugout, and we brought him in. He was the captain for many of our games. And he still is when he's on the field and James is not there. So if he is truly the captain, he has to be influential. You don't just get the captainship banned for no reason. So when you get it and you're on the field, if he was doing the right things, I'll be here defending him. And you should be here defending him instead of blaming the coach. The coach, I have told you numerous times, even today, that I do not like his decisions. I think he'll be found out. He's not that good.
They already found him out. What happened to him at Southampton? They found him out. Even the fans wanted him out, even though they won the championship. But that is, well, I'm not allowed to say that because I'm changing the subject. But
that individual players need to show what they are made of when they are given the chance. A team of this caliber, of this many players who can play in a position, you came in and some people were playing that position and you overtook them because you cost a lot of money. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have the ability. You had barely spent time in Europe playing these hard leagues, tough leagues. Playing in, what is it called? In Portugal is not the same at all as playing in England. So you have to come in and prove yourself. Run with the ball more. Try and shoot. Try and score. Do more than we expected. Then you always have room. You always leave people with the doubt that why is he taking Enzo? Why is Enzo not playing? Now, if you were to poll,
long term, I'm just telling you, long term, this Enzo is going to be the downfall of Maresca. Why do I say this? A sulking, because best basic, he's sulking, and he's throwing his prams out of the toy, his toys out of the pram. And he's going to take other players with him. In other words, he's going to create a group. There's going to be a division in that troop there, and there'll be the same old Chelsea, divided troop. Half the players playing, half the players not really playing, not really trying. And who pays price? As always, the manager. You wait and see. This is
got to have a manager that has a backbone. Okay, there are people that cost 100 million plus in City who don't get to play every single day. You have to prove that you are good.
That is a very good point, because when the People's Republic is talking as if somebody had a divine right to be there just because he cost a lot of money. You have to perform and also earned your place in the first team. But it looks like, I don't know what football he watches, but it looks like this time I think he's trolling in this point.
When you came to the team, there were people playing that position, and you came and bypassed them. You think you have a divine right to be there if you're not performing because you cost a lot of money? No way. Chukwuemeka and the rest have been there before he came. How do you think they feel? If the guy goes out, they go out back home and watch the videos of the games.
And
And
in
they
a
know
team,
how people
like to
perform.
complete you, Mr. Victor, in the team, you will never find 100% of the players who are happy. You're gonna make some of them mad because you only have 11 players to start, and somebody's gonna be angry even though he looks good on the camera and show some attitude and smiling after the game and high-fiving people. They are not happy being on the pitch. So being a manager also is sometimes to say, you know what, buddy, I don't think this game is going to be good for you. According to my game plan, you might play the next game, and today you are on the bench. And that also is going to give you more energy and determination to get your plus back, to say, you know what, next game, I'm going to show you what I am made of. Individual quality, and not always blame other people around. Can we go to Madueke, because we touched a little bit about Madueke, and then we're gonna go to Felix, and then we're gonna finish by the manager.
But Oz,
Yes, sir.
let me. I don't want to make People's Republic. I'm not here to defend him because he can defend himself. But I have to say this though: the coaches that have been that bold, they have always backed their decisions with what? Winning. And this is why People's Republic's argument might hold some water here, because Maresca is beginning to kind of lose. Okay, we are losing games.
We're not losing a lot, bro.
No. Wait. But that is where we are going. I do not believe that this team is going to be, what is it called? I don't think we're going to win this weekend against a newly, newly reformed, or what is it called, manager bouncing team like
Manchester United
away in their home. So that's another story. We'll come to it when we get there. But what I'm saying to you is that let's go to Italy. Napoli, right? You let a player like Victor Osimhen go. He told him, I do not want him. I am not going to use Victor Osimhen. I have Lukaku and I'm going to use Lukaku. It was a huge decision for Conte to make. But they are winning. So the decision ultimately ends up being good. If we keep on sort of losing or drawing or losing games that we should be winning, then that decision of benching Enzo becomes a problem, because people will start to say, okay, we have 100 million plus players sitting on the floor. Who does that? You know what I mean? So if Maresca is going to prove his worth, right? He has to make sure that
wins always helps. But
yes, exactly. He has to make sure he wins. Otherwise, that decision is going to.
And also, I think we are overreacting after just one loss. I know it's hurt.
Not just one loss. With the way we played, the last two games weren't great. We won. We squeezed by with the win last time. The last two games have not been great, and
I love it. I love when we just scrap a result like that, because it shows some character.
The point is this: life is about perception. If you go out there and you do things to actually fulfill to fulfill the perception, then people come after you, right? If people say that, okay, Chelsea's team is not a very good team yet because of this and that these factors, and those factors linger, and every now and then it comes back to bite us, then we are not a formidable team yet. So those are the places he should close. Those are the loopholes he should close, and make sure that if the people are going to talk about us, the problems should be new problems, but not the old problems that have been living with us for the past 2-3 years. If those have not been stopped, and we win a few games, and those problems percolate and they still come back, he hasn't done a thing. He hasn't solved any other problems. So he should be careful. The areas of the defense and the areas that we were hemorrhaging has not been solved.
Yeah, you are absolutely right, my brother. And let me say hi to Mr. Aziz. All I can add on this one is you just said that the issues that we've been having for years haven't been solved yet. Correct, 100%. But also, it's a process that we started. We're going to lose games. We're going to win games. And also, sometimes it's about also the personnel. Also, you can force whatever you want. You can be a Pep Guardiola, but sometimes you have to, get somebody out of the team. Hey, listen, Cancelo, just go, bro. It's not working. Oh, you, Phillips, no, just go. It's not working. So in the process like that, the process is 4-month-old process. I think we're gonna see even more deception. We're gonna fail, and the most important is we are building the next transfer window. If we can make some good decisions here and there, complete what we really need, because sometimes you can blame the manager but you're not gonna blame the manager for Felix, shooting to the moon all the time when he got a chance, or Madueke refused to pass the ball to somebody who is close to. So all those things are gonna improve in the future, and improvement doesn't mean necessarily improve the players, but sometimes it demands tough decisions. No, I don't want you bring Osimhen, for example, if somebody is not performing. So Aziz, are you there?
I'm here.
Yes, sir. What do you? I don't even know what question I have to ask you. But you
I'm
have
a
just to
broker.
say something.
Let me join you guys before I turn back to work.
Okay.
As I said, let me tell you from yesterday what I saw from them. That midfield I pray that coach doesn't do that same stupid mistake he did. The midfield they played was porous. No number 6. Nobody. I was expecting this our young defensive midfielder from we loaned to Leicester. What's his name?
Ugo Chuko. What?
No.
Leicester
This Italian boy that is playing for us, that is a defensive midfielder. What's his name? He was on bench yesterday. Cassidy, yeah. I expected him to play a Cassidy and Enzo in a double sitter. I don't know why. What was this Portuguese player? What was he doing in the number 6 position?
Vega. I think most of the time. I don't know what game you watched, but I saw most of the time like
that was a gamble. That was a stupid gamble. And secondly, if I say something now, your people are gonna say I got an agenda. Those 2 players are the worst French defenders I've ever seen in my whole life. Those 2 players, I'm not going to mention them again. I didn't accuse anybody as their nationality.
Chile and Disasi.
They are the worst French defenders in the history of French football I've ever seen in my whole life. Wow. I don't think Fofana is any better, my brother. No. Fofana too has his own issues. Fofana has his own issues, but these 2 I saw yesterday, for Christ's sake, you saw they were marking your player. Why don't you pass the ball? That's how they scored the first goal. Why don't you pass the ball to Cucurella? And this is the same mistake we've always been having from the goalkeeper, seeing that our player is being marked and you pass the ball to the player that is being marked. Who does like that except Chelsea and the coaching?
Yeah, you make a very good point. All I can say is I'm not trying to...
Let me finish. I have to vent on my anger right now. You will never see a Pep Guardiola team do that silly mistake. If you say we want to play like Pep Guardiola, you will never see an Arteta team or this Liverpool coach do that silly mistake, because they spread wide to give options to other players. But Chelsea, no. And our area ball is an issue. Defending area ball, I've noticed, is an issue for this team. We can't go like this in a whole season and not be able to defend area ball. What's the essence of having a coach, a defensive, area ball coach, and we are still conceding in area balls?
That is a very good question, and that's why I said early on that some of the solutions could be get rid of some players, because some of them are not coachable in this level. And for Disasi, I always say he's just a solid player. In certain games, he can give you an amazing game here, just like against City, celebrating tackles and winning the man of the match, stuff like that. It could happen. He's like Moment FC, but the majority of the time he can't keep up. And let me finish before I forget. And what Aziz just said about the worst defender, French defender, I've seen worse, probably because I'm from France and I know Bambi on the ice kind of defenders. But the point I wanted to say here, he was awful. Badiashile and Disasi. Let's focus on Disasi. He was awful, but what position he plays? He plays as a right back.
That are you
So
sure?
he
Did you
plays
hear what I
as a
said?
right
Did you
back.
hear what I said? Did you hear what I said from the
Yes.
beginning? The experiment that this coach is doing is not working.
You are absolutely right. I wanted just to mention that, so it doesn't have like to be one-dimensional because he's awful, the worst defender that happened. But do you think really if you play him from where he feel okay, what he been raised to do, probably, I'm not saying anything. Don't hit me on that. I'm not saying he was going to be world class, but when you play somebody from the position that he feels more comfortable, that he's been playing his entire life, probably he's going to give you 1% better than being very bad in the wrong position. If that makes sense to anybody.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that the idea of having a good coach can never be underestimated. It's important. Look at what Slaughter, whatever his name is doing at Liverpool right now. It's just, he just came in. He didn't, people come in, oh, the manager needs time to do whatever. No, a good manager, I tell you, I just made an argument a minute ago that if he's a good manager, first of all, he comes in with an experience. Second of all, you have videos of games you have managed. You need to watch the tendencies of these players. What do they do when no one is watching? What do they natural inclination to do? What do they do on the stage? You give them instructions, but on the ball to ball, pass to pass, tackle to tackle, they do these things that are more instinctive than instructed. So you have to make sure that you watch them all the time, and then you call them in. There's only 25 of them. You just schedule a meeting with each one, an hour. Watch the game with them. Ask them how they operate on the field. Why do they do that? And if it persists, then you shift them slowly but surely to a place they are comfortable, so they will be effective.
Exactly, Mr. Victor. Exactly what you're saying. And also, coaching also is experimenting. If you experiment something, it's not working. Like we've been trying, Disasi in that position for a long time. Pochettino tried him so many times, and the new manager is trying him over and over again. Yeah. So you understand that he's not doing good there. But let me finish. He did some experimentation about other players that worked, and we were like, wow, like when he inverted like Reece James from the left-hand side, it worked to a certain degree, a certain level. So let's not take everything away like everything is supposed to work the same time. Experimentation is also part of the game, but you can't continue experimenting something that is failing over and over and over again.
But it's also besides the experimentation and also watching their games and everything. I remember I saw Fabregas give this interview when he left Arsenal and went to Barcelona, right? And they were asking him how was it like to go out there and be dropped in the midst of all these great players. And he said when he got there, they told him, when he got the ball, he wanted to prove his worth and everything. And then Busquets and the rest were like, wait, take your time. This is not the way we play. Learn the way we play. Learn how to play the way we play and work with us. Okay, you don't rush. Now, why am I giving this example? Players, even accomplished players, can still learn. Their games are not done. They are not finished items. And that is the coach point to say to him, if your left leg is all that you've been using, try to play with your right. Try and give this pass. That's what the point of coaching, and also every single day they go to practices for.
Yes, my brother. You are right, but also you have to understand that every single thing in life also take something called process. That's why we still as a kindergarten and our mother, and then education, and you go to extra classes to get to the degree that you are today. So we have to understand also that there is even a short period of process that needed for something to work. So it's not all bad or all good here.
Nobody's saying it's all bad. We are fifth in the league. But the thing is this, people know that when we are pulling our hair out and complaining, it's not because we are 14th or 17th in the league, but we know that the investment we've made is no worse than Liverpool. And you would say that oh, they've been playing together for a long time, so when the coach comes, it's just a well-oiled machine, and all he had to do was no. They could have also fallen apart. Okay, when what's it called? Sir Alex left Manchester United, he had built a team. I remember when he left, he was actually a winning team. When the next coach come, did they win? No, it matters. So the coach is important. It's not all doom and gloom, but you can actually forecast sometimes based on what you see now. What is the playing now? What does it portend if you have players who cannot do simple and basic stuff? Then the question comes to, what are they doing on the training field? Coming and making the same mistakes again and again and again and again. And they know that Chelsea fans will make excuses for them. Process, this, that. Nobody did that in Liverpool. The guy went in there and all of a sudden he's winning. He wasn't given 6 months to get to know the players. He wasn't given anything.
But even Chelsea, we've been doing, bro. We've been doing good. Let's just be honest sometimes.
We are
We've
fit
been
in the league.
doing
We are
good.
7 points behind, 6 points or whatever it is.
We are what?
I said we are fit and 6 points behind the
no
top,
problem.
the top
We're
people.
still in the mix. It's not all doom and gloom. If we won yesterday, I don't think we were going to have this reaction today.
Oh no! I will always have the argument until the players. The thing is this:
it's 9 games in the Premier League, bro. Calm
It's
down.
all for gazing.
The point I'm making to you is this, right?
Yeah.
And this will be my last point. If for some reason, City drop points and they are 4th or 5th tomorrow, the pundits, you and me, who are all ardent followers of Chelsea, will still pencil them in. You have to ask yourself the question, why? You see, that's the thing. The thing is, you could play here and there. You have to know the tendencies of a coach, what he is able to bring out of people. And if that is the case, then you know that it doesn't matter if they played an odd game here or 2 and loses. He will get them back on track.
But my brother, that is the problem. It's a good point you are making. He's gonna bring them back on track. But you fell. Probably you didn't watch the game. But yesterday, even Pep Guardiola lost against the Tottenham Hotspurs. So it's not that perfect. That perfect all the time.
Mr. Rose, I hate your analysis. I dislike what you just said. Oh, so because Chelsea lost, Pep Guardiola too lost. I don't give a damn if Man City lost. My problem is, why did we lose? I don't care if Man City lost. That is a lazy excuse.
I didn't give an excuse. I wanted to make a point.
You made the excuse that Pep Guardiola lost, Chelsea lost, so it's okay for us to lose.
There is a point I wanted to make. It's not an excuse. I'm still angry about losing. That is not my point. If you let me finish, probably you were going to understand the point. The point is what Victor was giving an example of Liverpool with the new manager, and he took over, and now you can see the structure and they are doing good. My point on bringing Guardiola is like, just because he works for one manager, it doesn't mean that it's going to work for every manager. And also, even the best of the best in the world now, you can lose a game. It's part of the game that you make mistakes, you make the wrong changes, the wrong starting 11, and you lose a game like Chelsea did. But overall, so far, we've seen a lot of progress, even with individual players or in terms of result on the pitch. Because last season...
Which one has progress? Which individual player?
Progress in terms of, Jackson is scoring the goals that he couldn't score last season. And we've seen...
Justin scored a lot of goals last season.
Well, the amount of... The kind of goals that he's scoring now and last season, we're gonna judge him the end of the season anyways.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even know yet.
And also we see a lot of improvement. Levi Colwill improving. We can't really
Levi Colwill?
Huh?
Levi Colwill has improved from last year?
Yes, that is my opinion. You can even that's my opinion. If you let me finish my list, so you can attack me on one-on-one. So Levi Colwill, I think he will improve a lot. Mark Cucurella, I was calling him headless chicken. You can see that with the new structure, he's doing good in his own level. You can go and talk about Noni Madueke. He's still selfish, but you look at the overall game, how he worked very, very hard for the team, and nobody's going to give him credit because because he didn't score, or one time that he missed on passing the ball to somebody else. There are a lot of improvement, my brother. There are a lot of improvement. I'm not gonna just hammer the manager.
Mr. House, to be honest, let me just say one thing. Okay, apart from Jackson, he's improving a little bit. Liverpool, nope, he's not improving. Madueke, because he gave us a hat trick, the guy does it. Ball sense is zero. Time to pass, he doesn't pass.
Mikhail Modric.
I'm not going to talk about Mikhail Modric right now. It's what it is with Mikhail Modric. I don't even care about them. I'm calling it all the names.
He has wasted so much money. Mikhail Modric cost 88 million pounds.
Yeah,
goodness.
You're saying Madueke improved. Where did he improve, sir?
What do you guys want, really? I don't understand. What do you want?
Hey, we want to be in the top of the league. Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask us?
Yeah, because yes, we can still win this league. We can still win the league.
I'll let Aziz finish his point, but come on. It is not too much to ask. Listen, a team that is living in London spend £1.5 billion.
But we are in about the position we're supposed to be, bro, in this stage.
We are not supposed to be there. That's the point.
Mr. Aziz.
We are not supposed to be in fifth. We are supposed to be in first because we are aiming at the sun, so we will not miss the moon. If we aim at being the first, then every single day game we lose. We don't just sweep it under the carpet like you are doing now. Oh, we lost one game.
Not, bro. My morning, it was 24 hours. Morning was more than enough.
No.
I'm over it.
Listen, if we are completely out of ourselves by ourselves because we lost the game, then it means we will lose a few. But if we are willing to say that, some games have to be lost, we are where we are supposed to be, we are improving, then when we lose, it's a matter of course. But if you say that no way should this team lose, then when it does happen, it is a big deal. But right now, we are making it seem like fine.
Maybe your expectations is a little bit too high.
No, it's not. Because what is it that the other teams have that we don't have? Money? We do.
Experience and quality, brother.
Facility, we do.
Experience and quality, you can't buy that.
When do you want to talk about experience when Enzo is a World Cup winner? When do you want to talk about experience when all these other players, we have Champions League? No, we have Champions
Aziz is at work. Can we allow Aziz to finish? He's at work. Can we allow him to talk?
Yeah. Aziz, go ahead.
Go ahead.
But Aziz.
Yes.
I want to ask you, I have a theory, or not a theory, but a statement saying that the issue we have with this coach and this team is that we've a normal championship winning team. You build a team from the bottom up. In other words, you first secure your defense and then all the rest follows. But it seems to me in the Chelsea, we're just concentrating on attacking, and our defense is shocking. It's horrendous. And we will never win anything with the defense that we have and the goalkeeper, of course.
I'm telling you, a good defense wins you the league. A good structured defense. I'm not saying you should be perfect. I'm not saying you should be 10%, 100% perfect, but at least I need this stupid defense to give me 70%. 70%. If they give us 70%, the rest is history because our attack is going to bury it. Mm-hmm. When you have defenders that are blockhead, that can't do the basic thing, that sees that your player is being marked and you pass the same football, you pass ball to him, for Christ's sake. I've seen this thing last season, I've seen this thing 2 seasons ago, I've seen this shit 3 seasons ago, and it's still happening again. It's still fucking happening again.
Same old movie.
But you said it, my brother, and that's why I say sometimes to improve your defense, sometimes you need to sack some people and bring new one. That's what Liverpool did by bringing Van Dijk. And this is what we got. And you can see improvement with what we got. I don't even believe that
what improvement? What improvement?
Let me finish. I don't even believe that Fofana is a good defender. He's injury prone and he's mistake prone. but that's what we got. And what we improve in terms of result, in terms of toughness sometimes, in terms of overall feeling around the club is completely different than the same time last season or the season previously before that.
No. That answer's too cheap. What has improved on the pitch, on the team, on the actual pitch, on the game day?
Well, we are 6th instead of 15th in the
same
period.
If you watch when Chelsea plays, when you watch the game I don't know, we have the same TV. What have you seen improvement actually on the field when the Chelsea is playing?
About. Let me finish. It's gonna make sense because the end of the day, you can improve and have 100% of possession. If you don't score, you don't win games. Nobody's gonna care about your so-called improvement. Sometimes in football, improvement is just score an ugly goal and get 3 points in the pocket. That is improvement there. Like the mentality of you go away against Bournemouth, they dominated you. They hit the post twice. They had a penalty they missed. And we went there. Somehow a miracle happened. The last minute, bam, 3 points in the pocket. That could be also an improvement in another way. And you agree
mentality, toughness, mental toughness, yeah.
Right. The second half, we came fighting. The first half, we were like babies. They were like pushing us around. Just like, I was like, wake up. Just physicality, man. Give me something here. They were pushing us like babies on the pitch. The second half, we came there. We are men too. We went men against men. We got a 15 yellow card that we show them that we are not a pushover. So that character. Last season, Pochettino, every time we go to a break, the second half, we eat a lot of barbecue. We drink beer. We come the second half. Every time we lose, we don't run anymore the second half. The statistics going on social media right now. If Chelsea result in the first half last season, Chelsea to finish second. Like we are second on the table until the end of the season if we have to take only the first half. But the second half, we come worse. We concede after 15 seconds, we already conceded. Look at Chelsea today. We have energy. We don't concede cheap goals in the second half. So I can go on and on, but I want people to talk instead of me just rambling and talking nonsense. But you can see some changes here and there. You believe it or not. We are not perfect yet. And some of the players need to be sacked. They need to go away from this club in order for us to improve. That's the way it is.
That's a lot of facts. A lot of obviously good facts you've said there, but there's still some things you've left out there. So improvement. There's definitely been no improvement in the goalkeeping department. If anything, we've gotten worse. Defensively, at the right back there. If James doesn't play, and we got Gusto, for whatever reason, he's not the same Gusto from last season. Last season he was outstanding. He's gone downhill. Something's happened to him. I don't know what happened there. If you go at Fofana is Fofana. He's not Chelsea quality. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be. He tries hard and his heart is the right place. He broke his legs.
Call it like it is. He's lightweight.
Okay, I didn't want to say those. I was trying to be nice. But okay, those are your words. And this is what I said to you last season. We're gonna miss our captain. What's his name?
No,
Silva.
Victor is gonna shoot you for saying that.
Silva. You can say.
You for saying
I know, Victor. He's already shot. He shot me 3. He shot me 3 times already tonight.
He got his gun, okay, he's an American, right? He got his gun. So be careful.
I said at the time we should have kept Thiago.
Watch your language, Victor.
We should have made Thiago Silva defensive coach. Okay, we should never have let him go.
I completely understand. You are making a very good point. So if I have to add something on this one, yes, finish and I will add something.
Okay, and I'm just going to go through the defense because the only issue I have is the defense. I don't have any issue with the attacking is outstanding. Palmer, whatever, all those guys there.
That is for me. That is a compliment. That is a compliment to the coach because with the worst defense that you just did. Let me finish. You're gonna have your time. I'm gonna give you all the time you want. that is a compliment to the coach, because you just said there is no quality there. You don't see any improvement about Levi Colwill. Thiago Silva is gone. So you are complaining about individual performances, about the personnel in the defense, not necessarily the coaching, but the quality is down. Last season, we broke a record in the Chelsea history of the most goals conceded in the Premier League in Chelsea entire history. This season, regardless of those average, lightweight, whatever you call them in the defense, we are managing not to concede 5 goals. We're going to concede 2 here. I don't know if we already conceded 3 or whatever. I don't know. I have to double check. But just being able as a group to cook something and protect some weak players that we have in the midfield and in the defense, and concede 1 or 2 goals only and score more goals, that is a compliment. That is something to appreciate instead of everything is bad. We don't concede a lot and we are scoring more than last season. How about that? Is that an improvement?
Okay, you've made the point. So what I'm saying to you is that we when there's an incremental or marginal gains, right?
Yes, sir.
You will not have a cogent argument if you are not able to acknowledge it. I know that. I am not saying that we are poo-poo. Obviously, the numbers and of course the table doesn't lie. We are 5th. Last year we finished 6th and we are 5th. So we made a step of improvement, right? And I believe that the way that the league is going, we will be even by the end of this week, I don't know if we'll really be where we are still if we don't win at Manchester United, right? It's a very competitive league. So you making an improvement from 5th, 6th to 5th, fine, scoring more goals, fine, all of it. If we were somewhere in the middle of the season and you can really make a fair assessment of what has gone on so far, we just started. So it's neither here nor there. We can argue for or against it much because we don't know what the next 10 games will bring, right? But right now, you just go by what you've seen. And what I've seen, there's not been a serious improvement, judging by the fact that, you always have to think about things in perspective. Like Chelsea as a club, we are not entitled, but we have to also, because of the investments and because of what Chelsea stands for, we have to be angry if we are not doing better than Aston Villa. You know what I mean? If we are not really, making sure that
very good point, Victor. I want to complete you. I want to complete what you're saying.
Like that.
Yes.
So if we set up with that kind of mindset, right, then every game becomes a crucial game. It filters into the players that they can just go out there and throw games away like they did 2 days ago or they did yesterday. The game was completely thrown away. You could see from their bowed heads that they were not interested in winning. And that coach on the side was, okay, I'll have something to say when I go to the press conference. All I have to do, because last year they were bad. So this year, if I've won a few games from the onset, I have earned the right to lose some games.
That is not what he said, but you mentioned a very good point here.
He said what he said. I listened to him. This man is not pissed off when we lose.
Well, Victor, brother,
Victor. And listen, if you do that, then you set the standard. It's about standard. Pochettino's
but you just mentioned the money that we spent. That is a very good point. What a manager can do with a quality of Enzo Fernandez, Mikhailo Mudryk, and Joao Felix.
Let me tell you this.
What a manager can possibly do. Because of investment and you miss one-on-one, you can't cross the ball. And the manager need to do miracles on what really. If you bought an average instead of quality, what the manager is able to do.
I know he didn't sign any of these players. He was giving them, right? But that is also why he earned his pay. The thing is this, the outside world of coaching, people that actually go out there and looking for scouting for coaches, look for these things. What did he do with the players that he was given before he even added another one? Right? The players are here. They cost a lot of money. They should show some level of quality somewhere. Okay? Maybe it's not this league, but somewhere before they were brought on board. Or they came through the academy and they have been the cream of the crop. So they are better than the rest that are there. So you have been selected, you'll be given 21 players. You should know their strengths and weaknesses. And I've talked about it, so I don't want to go through it again because it seems like I'm rehashing it. His responsibility is to make them improve and pair them right. I could have made a selection from 6,000 miles away yesterday, and it would have been more formidable. We are all sitting here talking about people he could have put out there, and he is with them every day. He doesn't see it, even though we've seen a little bit of what they can do. Who tells me that Chilwell, a Champions League winner, sits on the bench, and Cucurella, who is used for the league every single day, you change everybody but him, and Chilwell sits there? Huh?
Good point. I said it. I said the same.
So for me, I just don't understand this. Like, you want to tell me that this player is rubbish? He played for
no,
Eagles.
like yesterday, if I was the manager, I was going to throw the kitchen sink. The way they say, I was going to throw the car, the airplane. If 15 minutes to go, I will put Giu, I will put Chukwuemeka, I will put all the offensive players because 2-0 down, I have nothing to lose. Even if you think those players are not good enough, somebody like Chile is very clinical in the final third. You have nothing to lose anymore. Throw them there. Let's fight and see what's going to happen. So I understand
this
from that point of view.
This is why Conte is a great coach.
That is a very good point that you are making there.
He's not as good as Guardiola is a technician. He wants technical players. People that when they have the ball, they are already thinking 2 or 3 or 4 seconds ahead of it before they get the ball. That is what Pep Guardiola needs, right? Because the ball has to be on your foot. When you lose it, you get it back as quickly as possible because when you have it, the other team doesn't have it, right? So that is the way that Pep Guardiola plays. Conte will let you work and run until you die. So when you are playing the other team, you have more stamina, you can run better than them. When you get the ball, you can do something with them. Conte is not necessarily even technical. Every coach has their niche. What is the niche of Maresca? What is he expecting his players to do? We don't know. And the players that we have given
I know if you let me say something.
Yeah, okay, answer us.
Yeah, so I know what his blueprint is. He's not a Conte, he's not a Pep Guardiola, but I think he's very adaptive kind of coach. He's more balanced than all of them because the coaches that you just named, they are very extreme. They are very strict on one way, one dimensional. This is my way or no way. But I've seen this coach horrible in preseason, horrible in preseason, and he understood that I can't force this bunch of players. They can't play my way. So let's go and adapt. Let me adapt. Huh?
You can, though. That's the thing. You can, as a coach. That is your duty to make sure they play the way that you squeeze winning out of them. Sometimes these are young, impressionable players who think they know. Sometimes you can just disarm them and then let's show them a different way. That is why you are advanced in age.
Hang on. One quick remark. One quick remark before.
Advanced in age, and you are advanced in the area of expertise of managing men. Now, if you don't know how to do that, then you don't have no business being a coach. You cannot tell me that I have put all of these people through. Now, that doesn't mean that you can make what is it called? These players that have no way of playing become all these diamonds overnight. But I remember, what is it called? The coach that made Sterling a great coach. He was at Liverpool. I've forgotten his name. He's now at Celtic.
Brendan Rodgers.
One time he was interviewed. He said, "This is a running game. If you don't run, what's the point of being on the field? It's a game for running. If you are not fit, if we are not moving into spaces, if you're not, you have to come out
Now
there
we have so many topics at the same time. Let me answer you one point.
Can I ask, Mr. Oaks, before you carry on, very quick point of order, Mr. Oaks. You said, why didn't they throw the kitchen sink? Why didn't they throw Kamala Harris at the game yesterday? I'll tell you why. Very, very simple. Because this guy is a one-trick pony. He only knows how to play one way. And this is why he couldn't change the system there, because he doesn't have another system. That's the only way they can play. And unless he comes up with a plan B, this Chelsea, it won't be long before teams they've already figured out how to defend this team here. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you didn't interrupt. That is a very good point. One-dimensional, but I've seen him change the game in the middle of the game. Like I was just surprised that he's the guy that won't wait until the 90-something minute, like he kind of react immediately and switch something, and the team start doing good. I have a conspiracy theory that I start believing in, like probably he didn't really rate this cup, and let's focus on like Conference League and the Premier League so people don't get injured, because I don't see what is the reason why you're not throwing people who can give you more physicality, because Newcastle were very physical, and you can deal with them with physicality of like Casadei, of like Guiu. You have nothing to lose. 2-0, 10 minutes to go. Just put something there. Put Chile there. He doesn't even have any kind of opportunity to play football, and he's angry, and that anger can turn to something magical the last minute of bam, and then you go to penalty somehow and you win the game. So somehow he was so soft, not reacting. Can you imagine we only made one sub? One sub, Noni Madueke only, but we could have made 5 of them. So I saw all kind of conspiracy. He doesn't want this. He want to focus on the league. He want to finish top 4 and win the Conference League. So I start like connecting the dots a little bit. I see like he's not that way. He's not that coach. I've seen him make the right decision, the right time, and we ended up by winning games. But I'm not going to really get
Republic
on,
just said, People's Republic just talked about the fact that at a point in time in Southampton, they wanted him out of there. So you know what I mean? I mean, he's not a proven coach. We know that. We are now still in experimental stage, even with him. We are hoping that he comes through based on the kind of selection he put out there. So far, the Cole Palmers of the world have rescued him in many, many ways. In terms of games that we were supposed to not necessarily win, or even when we were winning and we started drifting away. The mentality of the players are not battle ready. I do not believe that these players, when they are completely down, they can mount a comeback like the Liverpools and the Cities can do. And that is what wins you championship. When you are down, you are not out. And if that is psychologically, you already have a psychological advantage. If teams perceive you as such, that you are not completely out of the game yet. In Chelsea right now, when you take the lead against us, most of the time we buckle, and that is the problem.
And why is that? Excellent point. Excellent. Yeah. Why is it? It goes back to that we have no dogs in that team. The DAWGs. There is no fighters. They're all nice people, all excellent players, but you don't have that player who
and that's
scratch.
Why that is you. He made an excellent point. You, Mr. People's Republic, made an excellent point. Why? Because we are coming to almost the same conclusion, which is we are also lacking quality. The dog that you're talking about here, sometimes you can force somebody to be a dog, but he's not going to be a dog. He might force and overdo it and get hurt himself. And you can even tell even about the leadership on the pitch. I'm one of the few people for years I've been saying Reece James is not a captain. He's not captain material. He can't talk. He's so soft. He just plays good football. But in terms of leading the team...
He's not a very good footballer at all, in my opinion. I don't even know
there
where
we go.
So
that is another topic. So that's why let's go back to the point to tell you that sometimes you're just lacking those dogs. They are not there. You're just dealing with what you got, and there is no miracle you can get.
If you are not there, being available and doing the job is 50% of the work. If you are not available and not doing the job, you are not a good player. Listen to me. The many times this guy has sat down in this club, if he was actually on the field, he would have either been proven to be a fraud or he would have been proven to be a genius.
Those are maybe not. Those are assumptions, bro. Those are assumptions.
I'm serious. It's seriously true. Who knew that Cole Palmer was a genius when he was sitting down on a bench in Manchester City? Nobody. You have to be available to play. Because
but it's just like you are blaming him to getting injured, right?
No. I'm blaming him that his body may not be made for this kind of what is it called? Tough league like our league. And maybe he should go and try his luck in a place where he doesn't have to run much and his back pass will work. But in Chelsea, where you need to contribute to the goal scoring and go up front and do a job and really go out there and defend and run. And his body is not going to allow him to do that.
So if
He's
he wants
doing
to
it
remain
now. He's doing it now.
No, but he just came back. The guy
Yeah,
is
he
on
did
his
it for
last
2
throws.
games.
Listen.
Two
He's on his
games.
last throws right now. If he is able to stay fit, then we can reevaluate.
We don't know. Yeah, that's why we have to give him a chance and
Even
encourage
when he
him.
was playing, he was playing. Listen, Chelsea, right, have the megaphone. There's a London team. We have a lot of money. Blah 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 blah. Any player that comes in here, hey, let me tell you this: Cole Palmer is a great player, but he's not that great. Better than everybody at City. That's why he was not playing. Right? They saw a bit of it here and there. The reason why he's a great is that Chelsea, everybody's below him. Nobody has the IQ.
Facts.
Listen, nobody has the IQ to take those passes on. If Enzo Fernandez, let me finish though. If Enzo Fernandez was giving you these great passes that we thought he was going to come in and give to break up defenses and let us score, it will take the sheen of Palm a little bit. If Nkunku was scoring goals and really contributing in such a way that is amazing, it will take off the sheen from him a little bit. He is the only one who gives us something delightful to dream about every single time we walk out of his game. This is why he is where he is. And he being English also adds to it, because the English people want somebody to shine. So if they find somebody anywhere, and that person happens to be in Chelsea, and Chelsea has a megaphone because of where Chelsea is and who Chelsea is, you are likely to get all the notoriety. So these factors contribute to the player's successfulness
Brother Victor,
in the team.
Brother Victor, we have 5 minutes to conclude, people. I have to go pick up my Blue Army. It's time already to go there. 5 minutes, but I will say that it sounds like you are against everybody. You are against every manager. You are against everybody. So what is your perfect player? Like what?
I told you I like Palmer. I have not denigrated.
Yes, like it looks like you are looking for a perfect team.
That even Palmer, right? Yeah. Palmer played for a different team before he came to us. They didn't field him a lot because whatever he did there was not amazing. KDB could do it, right? So he wasn't a special. But if he came to our team and 2 or 3 people could do what he does, it's not special.
But it looks like you are looking for perfect people, though.
No,
give us your perfect team. Your perfect team, like which team
IQ.
is perfect?
Listen, I am looking for players with IQ that can really match outmatch a Palmer, so that we have a few of them that can break up defenses.
So what are you gonna do if the lack of IQ is what you got? Like right now in the middle of the season, no transfer window, no nothing. What are we supposed to do? Are we gonna
so you get a coach that can really no. Listen, you get a coach that can tell them they have options. In football, it's about decision making. Are you going to try and shoot even when passing is best? Or are you trying to get the glory for yourself? If I see you do that, the only thing I can do, I can beat you up. The only thing I can do is sideline you. You will sit down for games until you come to your senses. And when I put you in, you remember that you sat down for 5 games. And this time around, you're going to have to shape up. Listen, you can use your position as a coach as leverage in many ways. That's why you are in that position. For me, there are many ways to kill a cat. And if you find a way that is not working, change, adapt. Nobody in the team has to adapt than the coach. You are adapting to 25 different players and the way they play. You are always adjusting your
and
own
how much time it takes for people to adjust
and adapt.
And
I'm telling you.
No, but hang on. It's up. Hang on, Victor. Victor.
People's Republic. Let me make this point. I promise you, it will be 15 seconds. We just sat here, and said that a coach walked into Liverpool and didn't need time to do any of that. Are we still going to talk about time? No way. That's my point.
But Victor, I would say to you, the issue here, and I agree 1,000% what you're saying about IQ. Now the coach wants to play a system which demands players have a high IQ, understand what to do, whatever. Then maybe the coach has to realize the material. He's a cook. He has to see what ingredients does he have, and he has to have a system which suits the players he's got. You can't expect to make a 5-star Michelin dinner when you only got carrots. You have to make a plan which suits the players available that you have. Sometimes you got to come off your high horse, that climb down from that high tree.
Yeah, it's true.
And
It's
B,
true. And that's why he has to tell them, if you have the ball, don't try to create the attack from behind because you guys are not good enough. Tell them.
uh-huh.
You know, sometimes be honest. Tell them you guys are not comfortable on the ball. Don't always try to play from the back. As soon as you are in trouble, hit it. At least it is not near the post. And
hit it. As I say in English, hit it. As I say in English, hit it to row Z.
Exactly. But you tell them, oh, they are better than what they are, and they can just play from behind, and they keep missing the same doggone mistakes. I mean, you want to tell me that, but your silly can pass the ball from behind, but you're
Okay, Mr. Victor, I have a question. Very quick, we have 3 minutes to go. Between Chelsea and Liverpool, who got more quality in the team?
Liverpool.
Oh, Liverpool, no question.
By far.
And and you know why they have quality? Even sometimes they say you fake it until you make it. You know why? Because they make it a running game. Have you seen our games the last 3 games?
Okay, so I had another question to ask you after that question.
They get the ball and they stand on it.
Okay, so if you acknowledge that Liverpool got more quality than Chelsea, and you compare, like, look at the coach who just arrived and getting something better out of Liverpool, and we are not getting something good out of our average, no IQ players that you said, and then there is a contradiction yourself.
I didn't
right?
say they don't have any IQ. I said the IQ has to be at the level as Palmer. They have IQ to pass the ball, but is the passing any penetrate? Does it penetrate? Doesn't.
So my point is this, right?
To answer your question real quick, right?
Yeah.
We have average players. Liverpool has better players because they do the basic things right. We can do the basic things right, and it stems from the head, the coach. If the coach is going out there and saying it's a running game, you don't play from behind 90% of the time. If I see it in the next game, you are sitting down. You can lay down markers to improve your team. You can lay down markers to make sure the individual.
Yes, sir. I understand your question. You point on, but the problem is, you have you don't have the luxury to do that because you're gonna bring in. Let me finish. I'll let you finish. You let me finish.
Go ahead.
You don't have the luxury to do that because you're gonna bring Mikhailo Mudryk from the bench, who could be probably worse than what you had previously. So the point is, let me finish, please. Give me a chance.
Go ahead.
Give me 15 seconds. The problem I'm trying to make here is, it might be easier for somebody to take over a team that got a lot of IQ and quality than got a bunch of mid kind of IQ. It's gonna take time because even at school. Let me finish. Let me give you 15 seconds.
No, excellent
there
point.
are certain kids in school who are slow.
Let Mr. Oaks finish. Let Mr. Oaks finish. He hasn't finished. Let him give him a break.
So what I said that there are certain players who are like slow learner in the process, and there are other kids who are very fast, are like genius. So Liverpool are in the level of high IQ. Chelsea still with very low IQ, and those low IQ, to teach them, you might even discipline them now. The next thing they do is to commit the same kind of stupidity because they are stupid to begin with. So it's easier for you to educate people with high IQ who are performing already in a good level than struggle with a bunch of average. That's what I wanted to say.
Okay, so let me tell you this. The idea of IQ, right, even in educational setting, is people who are born with certain intellect. They are able to grasp information very quickly and disseminate it. They are able to analyze information very quickly. There are some that takes time. You know, if you go into learning environment, right, teachers are always taught that there are different stages of learning. Some people, you taught the information there, right there, they can process. Some people have to go home and do the homework, right? And it's easier. Both things is easier to nurture in younger people, because their brains are still forming. They are trying to compartmentalize this information when they get it, right? Our team, the reason why people do not necessarily push us out of the picture, and when something interesting happens,
they take another look at us is because it's full of young players. They haven't formed their bad habits yet, right? So if you give them a coach, even if they don't have the natural propensity or predilection to do certain things, right? You can coach them and make them know the choices. I just tell a minute ago, it's about making
you can
choices.
continue. Let me. I think somebody is knocking the door. You can continue. I'll be out like for 1 minute.
Yeah,
I'll be back.
like you can train them and tell them this is better, this option is better, this is the way you play the game, this is what you do, because they're younger. Okay, the Liverpool one, the only reason why they look better is because they are a little bit older and they have a coach that actually came in to make them better from what they already do naturally.
And you missed a very important thing there, Victor. Have a look at Liverpool's work rate. How hard those guys. Jesus.
I've never seen any of the players standing on the ball like the way Badiashile stands on the ball. The way that Cowell stands on the ball back there. They literally stand. They don't even move. And then they throw their hands in space. What signal that sent to the opposition? You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, but those guys, Liverpool, where they run and chase every single ball, they just everywhere. They're relentless. They non-stop. They work. I don't see it in Chelsea. Chelsea, we like luxury players. We want everything to be perfect.
Luxury play, and I don't mean to catch you. Enzo is luxury. Palmer is luxury. Even the ones that run, they want the ball to come to them. What is it called? Felix is a luxury player.
Oh, no, yes. Wait.
Felix is not going to go out there and chase the ball to get it like Conte. Conte would do, and go and chase the ball, get it, and give you a pass for you to go and do something with it.
Okay. Let me ask another question. I'll put another question. If you took the Chelsea's best team, which played against Liverpool, and Liverpool's team, how many of those Chelsea players would make the Liverpool team? Just out of curiosity, which ones?
I believe Palmer will make it. And maybe even Lavia.
Caicedo,
perhaps. Caicedo has his for me personally, right? And I don't mean to be a cynical fan. Like every person you talk, you bring out there. I have not much to say about Palmer. Palmer, the only thing is he doesn't tackle. He runs around in the game like he is Messi. Messi doesn't do anything. He walks around, but he looks around. Whenever he's walking around, he's looking around because he wants to know when he gets the ball, if he gets the ball, what he's going to do with it, right? Even if you have a player like that, because you know that as soon as they get the ball, they start running. Messi, besides everything he does, he is still a very fast runner because he has them short legs, right? So he runs twice as quick, right? So if you have players like that, they are luxury players, but when they get the ball, they make something out of it. This is why those players that cost so much money. Even Caicedo is not. People don't come after him much because he does tackle, and he sometimes wins the ball from just tackling, which is half of his job. But when you cost that kind of money, you always also have to contribute immensely to the attack. Meaning the kind of passes sometimes he gives. If there was a bit of frequency to it, if he was able to do that often and be more positive than the sideways and the backward passes, right? He will be a tremendous asset. Now, like Asian was not only a DM. Asian scored some of the spectacular goals for Chelsea. And he was almost all the time positive. Makaleli, they will go and tackle the ball and still give you a pass that
and all that, brother. You are absolutely right. I don't want to cut you because I
know you have to go.
I wanted to drive, but somebody who was going the same way, he's gonna pick them up. So I kind of solved this up so we can have probably 10 more minutes. But what I wanted to say on this one, those are example of, if you look at Makelele, what players that he played around, and you have John Terry behind him, and you have like Carvalho, who was the best in Europe, and you have Jose Mourinho on the bench, and you have Balak, and you have... So all those example works very well. When you have quality, is going to produce more quality. And when you have even more quality in the team, it could also influence other people, make them look quality, even if they are not quality, if that makes sense. And you play with average players sometimes because you don't get a lot of help. and then you become also like an average players, you're going to have your moment of glory, but you're going to look like, as a team, you're going to look like a flop because you are among people who are not doing good. So it go both ways. So if we
Yeah,
gonna,
but for me, I feel like our team has
so
potential.
if you're
I
gonna
was
just say,
making a
if
point- I
you're
was
gonna
making a
say
point before
only
you left.
Palmer in the entire team, not everybody is gonna be Palmer at the end of the day, bro.
Oh no,
And you also mentioned about the money,
think
like the
Palmer-
money we
I think
paid, the
Palmer's
money we
IQ
paid. Just because
I
you
think
paid
Palmer's
1
IQ
billion doesn't mean that you are getting quality. That is the recruitment situation. Like
No, yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah. I
spend
don't
whatever
equate-
money you want,
I don't-
but you
I don't
pay for
equate
Mikhailo Mudryk, or
Yeah, I don't
you
equate-
pay
I don't
for somebody like Enzo Fernandez. So money in this equation doesn't mean quality and IQ.
I don't equate money necessarily to the quality of the players, but it doesn't go away. The fact that we as fervent and ardent fans decide to hide it doesn't go away. It comes and bites you every single day. If you drive a nice car and it was given you for free, you enjoy it more than if you paid a fortune for it. And you know, every single time you walk around, you drive around, it depreciates, right? So these are the examples that we have. If these players that we have cost much less, it doesn't matter the quality. This is why we love Palmer so much. If Palmer was a 100 million player, we'll be like, okay, what? That's what we paid for. Right now, we love him because we know he costs a fraction of that kind of money. So yes, it's relative. But the most important thing for me is that these players were bought for potential. So you need to have a coach. This is where People's Republic might have a point. You need to have a coach that recognizes these things and have that mixture and bring out the diamonds that are in them, because they are not all together bad. Like when I talk about IQ, I'm not saying that they are horrible. Somebody like Phillips is a very good player. He has a great IQ. But even he was selfish yesterday. He wanted to be the only one scoring because he knows that if he scores, he will make it to the A team, right? So all of them have their own personal reasons why they go on the field. And he wants to be playing there because once upon a time he was a germ when Madrid was buying him. It cost a fortune once upon a time. So he knows the person that he was supposed to be, and he's not. And now he is in the B team in Chelsea. You know what I mean? So they go home and they think about these things all the time. So I'm just saying that you have to find a way as a coach to make sure that you highlight the areas that they shine most, and you uplift that. Because if you uplift that, then it means that they contribute, even though it's small contribution. Then collectively the team looks better. Palmer is not a finished article. The only reason why Palmer is the way he is, like I said before, is because in this team, he's a genius. Nobody does those kinds of passes at all. Phillips will, but Phillips' position is what Palmer plays. You know what I mean? But he has to find a way to have people around Palmer who will not only drag the ball along. What is Madueke doing that Sterling didn't do? And we let Sterling go. Sterling will drive the ball and go into 2 or 3 people and lose the ball. Madueke scored a couple of hat tricks, or one hat trick, and scored another goal here and there, and he's all of a sudden the champion. Somebody has got to tell him sometimes options matter. You can run with the ball. That's an asset. We need it. But what else do you do when you get into the crucial area where you have decision matters? That is why you hire a coach. So for me, I don't want to throw my arguments all over the place. We are not horrible compared to Liverpool. When you left, myself and People's Republic were talking about the fact that if you watch Liverpool, you think they're doing more. Why? Because it's a running game and they're running. And then you watch Chelsea, and literally our players, the right backs and the left backs, they stand on the ball and put their hands on their waist and throw them
and
in the sky.
also for the running part of the debate, my friends. Last season, you and me, we were here, and we were having like 14 injuries every single game. We were struggling here because Pochettino brought the Gerson test. Everybody need to run like in a military regime. And we know how that ended. So the problem is the result can change the narrative. running or running.
And you'll be found out. Even with the
This
good
is the Premier League. If you don't run, you know. But have a look.
What I'm saying.
Have a look at game. Have a look at the game. Liverpool versus Arsenal. Did you see how those Arsenal players were panting for breath at the end?
But I haven't seen anything so far that tells me that Chelsea are not running. We are trying to.
We don't run.
We are not.
It's already no.
We are not. Listen.
Us, then you are being biased. It's already an established fact.
It's not a fact for me. Probably for you, because I see
everybody says it.
No. That is not true, because everybody kind of understand that you can't run somebody like James to the ground. You can't run somebody like Fofana, who's been out for 3 years.
But they don't play these players. Why are you playing these croaks players? It makes no sense.
That's what we got. We got.
No, we've got all these young players. What about all these young players we have? We have so many young players.
Like who are you gonna put in the defense? Who are you gonna put in the James place or in the Fofana's place? You're gonna bring who? Badiashile or Disasi, and you were complaining about them early on. So it's not that black or white, man. You are contradicting yourself.
No. I'm just saying you're the one contradicting. So you want to play all these hospital bench players.
I didn't say that. What I'm saying is we are trying to find balance now. You can see some people are not even in the Europa Conference list because they were struggling last season with injuries. And you can see that you play one game and then we're going to give you rest one. It's happening also in training, because it's better to have 50% of them than lose them for the entire season, because that's what we got. So if they got burned here and they got injuries again, it's the coach. He's running them to the ground too much. So the coach can't win. It's always somebody that will complain about something.
Different. You are talking about something completely different. This is a different aspect. If the people are fit and they call themselves footballers and they can play the game, it's different from you as a coach saying that we are prone to injury, so I won't play them. That's a different story altogether. Then they don't need to play football. I mean, come on.
He has to play them because that's what he got. If you don't play them, you're going to play Badiashile and you're going to play Disasi and you're going to complain about them again.
Yeah, but
so we have just to take care of what we got and try to get something out of them, because no matter what decision is going to be, you're not going to be happy. That's the problem.
No, what we are saying is this. At least what I am saying is this. That is to have players that are unfit week in and week out, month in and month out, season in and season out, is a completely different story than having players that are supposed to be on the field playing. And if they are not supposed to be on the field playing in a running game and they don't run, they don't move into spaces, they don't feel like they know where they are supposed to be.
You let me give me 2 examples of games that we got really battered physically and everybody's watching. Tell me.
Not 2. Every single game, our attack.
But we are winning, right? Every single game, but we are winning some of them, right?
Our attack does not start. There's a reason why we are not on top of the league, and I'm telling you this right now. Our attack does not start from the back. The back line, okay, our right back, left back, center back, all of them are just prone to passing the ball to themselves. Our Chelsea, if you look at the heat map, Chelsea is the only player in the entire league, including Ipsos, or what is the name? What is the name of the last team on the Southampton, whatever team is there, including even them. Our back line passes to each other more than any other. Go and check.
My brother, last season we were running more than anybody in the league, and we still complain here in the same channel. This season, we are balancing things out, saving some energy, playing intelligent football, winning games. 5th on the table. Everybody is complaining about not running. Messi doesn't run the entire game. He's very intelligent, walking around. Give him the ball, bam, he wins you the game. So listen, football is also about being intelligent. There is no one way and one way only on managing players.
2 or 3 times. Messi can afford to not run. Don't compare any of our players to Messi. Messi can afford to not run, and coaches accommodate that because they know that when he gets the ball, if I'm telling you this, okay, take it to the back. If Enzo or any other person we've complained this evening about were walking about in a game like Messi, but when they get the ball, they create, they score, and at least the moment they have the ball on their foot, they are unplayable. I will take all 11 of them doing that. I'll take them because you know that any moment they can cause a problem. Chelsea, when we go behind, even up to today, that we are you so-called winning games. Even up to today, when we are behind, we stay in trouble because we know. I don't know if you were here when myself and People's Republic were talking about this. You were here. I was telling you, we have luxury players. Cole Palmer is luxury. Okay? Felix is luxury. Okay? Enzo, luxury. Sancho, luxury. Hey, heck. What's the name? Bandueke and the rest, all of them are luxury. This guy from Ukraine, luxury. He gets the ball, he
Modric,
gets push. Yeah, all of them are luxury. They don't tackle. Luxury.
So what the point you're trying to make here, my brother? What the point?
I am trying to say that because of that, you have to make sure that the areas they shine better. Because they are not going to, on a Wednesday, on a Thursday or Friday night, in the dead of night in the winter, you're not gonna push them out there to go. Enzo Fernandez is not gonna go out there and win you tough games. But if he's gonna get the ball and his IQ is able to make him give you a pass where Nicolas has no option but to score a few times, not once, but it's consistent, then you know there's a role he plays and makes up for his deficiencies, because there are a lot of deficiencies in our team. And when you are down, especially away, you know there is no comeback in us. You know there is no force in us to go out there and wrap up and win the game. This is what makes you a champion, where you know that until the last whistle, you know that Manchester City is not out of the game. Until the last whistle. Now, do we want to win this league again, or do we want, as fans, to just keep making excuses? That's what I'm asking you all. Are we going to win? Are we going to win this league again? Because not much is going to change from these 22 players.
If you allow me to answer your question, and I'm going to conclude my word, and I'm going to give you time, all the time in the world. You want to take 10 minutes, but you're going to conclude and say goodbye. So let me answer to your question. You say, you want to win the league or not? Yes, we're going to win, but there is a process of winning the league. Even when Abramovich took over Chelsea Football Club, it took us 1 season or 2 to start establishing everything and start winning trophies. We didn't win any trophy the first season just because we had money, or we spent billion and we had more money than anybody else. So in life, there is something called process. No matter how quality you have, no matter how rich you are, you're going to end up by driving in the same traffic road with your Ferrari, the same road that anybody else. You're not gonna fly ahead of everybody just because you got money and you got a Ferrari. So there is something in life called process, and in football it also applies. And we are lacking a lot of quality. I want to win the league, even today I want to win it, but the quality that we have, the new coach making a lot of mistakes. So what I learned today is, like, there is no black or white one area that you can focus, because we talked about the quality of the players, the quality of the coaches, the decision making, the IQ, the league that we are playing in, many aspects that comes to consideration. So it's not a black or white. You got Haaland, you got Palmer, you win everything. It's a process, and we are way behind for many reasons. The coach probably, the players probably, and as we go, we're gonna start changing stuff little by little. You have a killer like next summer, and then you have Osimhen or somebody, and you have a different kind of profile that even if we are struggling, we throw the ball there, he score you a goal, ugly win, just like in Didier Drogba's days, and then you get 3 points. So all those things, you can't fix them in few windows just because you spent 1 billion. And spending 1 billion doesn't mean you buy good players. It could be stupidity. It could be just a waste of money. So money doesn't mean quality in this equation. So I want to win, but I accept the process.
But so what you're saying basically is that this so-called 5th place, as you guys say in America, it's fugazi. It's a fake reality. This team is not as good as you think it is. We're a million miles away from being a quality of Liverpool or Man City. That is the reality. It's a work in progress, building stones, and they got to. Every transfer window, you got to add 2 or 3 pieces, quality pieces, not just these potential future whatever picks, whatever.
Yeah,
8 years down the
don't
line.
get rid of Jorginho and bring Enzo Fernandez, who is the
Here we
same
go
profile
again.
and the same thing. Yeah,
Here
let
we
me
go.
poke you a little bit. Well,
Here
that's
we
what I
go.
say. You
Yeah,
let Jorginho go for 20 million. You pay 120 million on somebody that is even worse than Jorginho in this moment. So that's why that is
it
the
all
proof.
began. It all
That
began
is
when
the
it all
proof
began.
that you don't count on money. Take the
The
money
proof is in
from
the pudding.
equation.
It
You
began.
can
It
buy
began when
Bambi
you're.
on the ice. Average from
It's,
my local town.
this
It doesn't matter.
downfall.
The price doesn't matter. Yeah.
This downfall started from when your beloved Thomas Tuchel was in charge, when he let go of Rudiger for nothing to Real Madrid. That's
That is
when I
another
knew.
topic, bro.
That's when
Probably
I knew
tomorrow we're
that
gonna bring that topic. Yeah.
that the defense was in trouble. Once Rudiger was gone, Christensen, another one, 2 quality central defenders gone for nothing, but for not even five pounds.
And that has
that
nothing to do with the new owners. That has something to do with the old regime and contract talks. We have time to discuss about that tomorrow.
Yeah, but
and let People's Republic conclude so Victor can close the show. You're going to talk at the end. You empty your pocket, and then we're going to see each other tomorrow after the press conference, because tomorrow I'm not working. So I'm going to watch the press conference and come talk here. People's Republic. So I agree with you what you say. The team is not as good as it's been it's a copy paste of what we thought we have. Like on paper, people think just because we spent money, we have the obligation to force some average players to be world class all of a sudden. Those players needed a lot of development to get to a stage of the money that we paid for them. We are stupid for spending that money. They are not in that level. So let's forget about it. Oh, because we spend, you have the obligation to get the best out of them, because they don't have IQ to develop quickly like world class. It might happen in the past, in the future, but it's gonna take time.
The IQ is not really a big issue. It's an issue. Is more the manager should be clever enough to play a system that fits everybody, not just to one player called Palmer. And if you're going to make this into a one-man team, good luck.
It fit everybody, bro. It fit everybody. Cole Palmer is not scoring by himself. If that was the case, when he was blocked against Liverpool, he didn't score. That doesn't mean that that only it benefited Cole Palmer. It's not Cole Palmer.
I'm just saying the team is being built around them attacking. You can see everything attack is built around Cole Palmer.
That's what you do with your best players. And not Enzo Fernandez, and not backward, sideways, lightweight, and
when he's not firing on all cylinders like this season, he's only played 2.5 good games. That's when this team gets exposed. So this manager has to incorporate more players into the system and not just rely on Cole Palmer.
Last season, Pochettino fought. The season before that, it was Lampard, it was Porter, it was Thomas Tuchel. You're gonna blame everybody here and try just to defend. Just
of course, it is their fault. Of course, it's their fault. 80% of the decisions that are over there are happening is because of the coach's idea.
Of course, when you miss one-on-one 10 times, the manager told you to miss them.
If they miss one-on-one and they don't score, put somebody else there.
Because there is nobody else, and then you're gonna bring Morata in front.
We
That's
have
what we got.
41 players now. Troop. What are you talking about? We have so many players. You can try. Other teams try youngsters in their team.
We don't try youngsters.
We never try youngsters in our
every time
team.
you put Gio there and he misses one or two chances, sell him. This is a bad. The manager can't win. You guys just looking for fight for no reason. The manager can't win. It's always a lose-lose situation.
I am sitting here, I'm thinking, the way that Cassidy passed the ball, I probably will put him in 8, and maybe he might give 2 or 3 balls that will help.
That is a maybe, bro.
No.
You just said it maybe. There's no guarantee here. If he doesn't do it, you're gonna come here and kill him.
I'm just saying that maybe I'll sit here and know Chukwuemeka used to be a very, very good player. He's back he's back now. He's fit now. He wants to play. And then I'll play him before I play Dewsbury Hall because I brought him from wherever I brought him from, and I think he should play because I like him. Now, maybe
He doesn't like him.
fit.
He
No,
benched him.
he
He
likes.
sent. He
No, he
doesn't
likes
even.
him. He likes him. No, let me finish.
He's not
He likes
even
him.
the squad. Like
No,
in
he
the
likes
Premier
him. He
League,
likes him,
he's
so he
not
thinks that
even
he
in
should
the
play, right?
stand.
But the way you like him in Southampton or wherever you brought him from is not the same players that are surrounding him. So you should lose the players.
You are
that are
absolutely right, but
Now, can I finish?
blaming
Can I
the
finish?
manager
So,
for bringing
but all of
KDH
this-
is not fair
all of
because
this-
that
all of
KDH
this-
deal has nothing to do with
all of
Maresca. You know
this-
why?
All of this falls on that man's head. Do you see what I mean? He needs to make those decisions so that we can go out there and win. Obviously, if he was winning, we won't be sitting here and talking about this. But my lies,
We are winning. We just lost one game.
No, I don't think.
What
I
do
don't
you
think-
want? We are winning.
We are fit. We are fit. No. We lost.
Hello?
We lost a cup game. No, we lost a cup.
Yes,
game.
it's a cup game. It's one
no.
game.
No,
Other games
no.
we've been winning or drawing.
Just
It's
let me
normal.
finish here. Let me
What's
finish
wrong?
here. Let me finish here. The way Chelsea plays right now, right? And then we were
We're
talking
supposed
about
to beat
maybe
everybody
next year we can
5-0.
add- Listen, next year we
5-0,
can add-
10-0.
Can I finish points in it? Next year we can add, let's say, Osman or whatever. I made it when I came on the stream today. My first point, or one of my first few points, was that we don't run with the ball. Our attack from the back is very sluggish and all of that. We stifle number 9s at Chelsea because our concentration. I don't know how we end up buying these players who do not supply enough. They might supply good football, but not enough. Okay, our ball is played in the back a lot, and if you bring the Osmans on whatever, it still will not make a jot of a difference if the ball is not getting.
So
to
what do you want,
them.
bro?
So for me,
Conclude, please. Yeah.
for me, the idea of us trying to set our play, okay, starting our attack from behind or from the back, okay, with the keeper being involved.
Yeah.
All our keepers are jittery. They are not masterful. with
They
the
can't
ball
play
at
from
all.
the back.
Yes, and we can see it from 6,000 miles away. This is where People's Republic is making always a point that it stems from the managerial aspect of things. We can see the whole Chelsea fan base in the entire world. No, we can do that. Yet that is the same pattern of play when we play that game. We play from the back, and most of our conceded goals came from that. Most of them up to today.
Yeah, it's just like self-inflicted misery.
Yes, because we don't know
because
how to play
we want to play that tiki-taka stupid
coach,
things. Yeah, I understand that.
A good coach and a good number of players should know where their strengths are and put the ball in front. We'll like kick it from the place. Nobody is going to say that you kick the ball. I know that people are fond of making fun with teams that do that, but you mix it up, and when you mix it up, in if it averages out that you kick the ball more, nobody is going to say that that's all you do. We have a reputation that is more negative, that we pass to the side and back more. I would rather have a reputation that says we kick the ball forward more, because most of the time when he goes forward, Jackson is so good and erratic enough that he always destabilizes them, and then we are already in the lead, okay, in terms of trying an attack. But when we play the back there and we try to play with players who don't know what they're doing, we have a problem because we lose the ball majority of the time.
Okay, so you have a minute, brother. You have a minute to conclude. If you have a minute, can I say something very quickly? Can I pull like the lineup screen on YouTube and you tell me, according to the players that we have, put 11 players against Manchester United, because we're gonna start going around and around.
If all of them are.
If all of them are fit, do you have a minute to do that?
I will, number 1 is Sanchez. Gusto.
Okay,
I'll put Tosin in there. Okay, I prefer Tosin any day. Then I'll
Tosin instead of Fofana, right?
Oh my goodness, yes. Oh my goodness, because there's a tendency of him moving the ball forward. His passes are much more incisive. Yeah, and he has not been given a chance to develop on that. I will put him before I put Fofana any day. And then I pair him with Colwood because there's no other person. I'm number 3, of course, Cucurella. Okay, 6, what is it called? Lavia. Okay.
How about the other side, James or Gusto?
No, I just said Gusto. Gusto Cucurella. Okay. James passes to the back for too much and he doesn't run. I don't know if he's protecting himself, was favoring himself out because of injury. Okay, and then the 6 is 6. The 2 pivots are the same. Now the front, however, instead of for me personally, I probably would put Caviar, what's it called? Lavia.
Yes,
and
sir.
let's say Lavia and
Caicedo.
Felix. Lavia and Felix. Mix it up a little
no
bit.
Caicedo, no Caicedo.
No Caicedo or Caicedo and Felix. Okay? You know why? Because you need somebody in the pivot to be great at passing the ball, to be able to destabilize, so that Palmer doesn't have to always come back. Palmer finds himself coming back all the time to create, because the six behind him don't create anything. They don't create anything. So
Well,
Palmer always-
Caicedo, for your information, probably have 4 assists already this season.
yeah,
If
but what I'm
he
saying to you
doesn't
is that
provide
Caicedo
anything,
or
and then
Lavia,
where those
it's
assists are coming
Caicedo or
from.
Lavia, and then you pair them up. Now I know that Felix is not going to tackle or dispossess anybody, but I'd rather have somebody that's more positive.
That pass the ball properly. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly. Because if you are always just
And then
defending
Palmer
all the
from
time,
8-10
then you are in
position,
trouble.
right?
So therefore you have more attackers
Mm.
than defenders, right? And then in terms of moving forward, I will definitely sit down. What is his name? Madueke. And now
Madueke on the bench. Okay.
no, Madueke on the bench. I'll put
Pedro Neto.
Neto there. Then I'll put what's it called? Of course, 10 picks himself, and then number 9 picks himself. Then on the other side, I'll put Nkunku. So your attacking force is strong. Nkunku will cut in if he needs to cut in.
Nkunku from the left winger position.
Yes, Nkunku needs to cut in. He will cut in, right? And then what's it called? Pedro is cutting in from the left. Palmer is giving you the creativity, and then you have somebody that backs the creativity in Felix.
And also, brother, that is your. I have to respect your lineup. I just wanna bring a different side of the story, like the other side of the coin. Like
Yeah.
when you have so many attacking players like this, and then don't blame the defense when you concede stupid goals in the defense
No.
that don't have any pace.
There
You
you
have
go.
Colwill.
But do you have?
Let me
do you have
finish.
pace
Let me
in
finish.
Madueke? When did
Colwill
Madueke
is
come in?
like
No, let me
Colwill
finish my point,
is
because I
like
raised it in.
he's like
Do
a
you
Toro.
Who are you subbing except for Felix in for Lavia or Caicedo? Who are you subbing up front? Who's gonna come and help the defense? Who? Nobody.
Caicedo.
And no, Caicedo, no. I said, except for Caicedo, I said that. But if you go out there and you play this kind of game and you score more, then second half or even in the tail end of the game, you should strengthen your defense, because you know that you in the end. But if you go in already in a defensive mindset, then your scoring chances, if you lose 1 or 2 chances, it doesn't come back again. Okay, you have to make sure that you bombard the opposition with so many runners running at them that even when you change it, they don't see it, because they are all expecting the players to be running at them all the time. And then they move into spaces, and then all of the people from Felix all the way up can score.
Okay,
don't
so
go
for
in-
you, we're gonna outscore them instead of try to protect.
No. But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean, I'm telling you, if you put Tosin with Colwell, right? And then you put Cucurella back there, that defense is not necessarily porous. Okay, and you have Lavia or Caicedo helping them. I have seen pivots that were done by only one person and not 2.
But
in
you
many games
put
back.
Felix in the pivot. Remember that.
Yeah, but he is helping with the attack. So the thing is this: if you have 2 pivots, one of them has to be creative, and a great passer of the ball. This is why we have a problem. They can only defend if they can only defend, then the ball stays with them. They have no tendency to move the ball forward. They pass it among themselves, and so it goes from the left to the right, and by the time you want to take the ball in, your opposition have settled. You need to have people that can destabilize defenses. They get the ball, it's one quick pass, and the ball is gone. Look at where Palmer's pass came from when we played against what was the team we beat 2-1? Was it the recent game we played, the league?
Newcastle.
Look at where the pass came from. It came from the middle of our side. You need people that can give you that kind of passes. And Palmer is number 10. What was he doing there? So you have to have people that are already in the middle of the game part that can give you those passes. Permanence will have to come from 10 to give you those passes all the time. Then you lose him up there. You lose an attacker right there. You see what I mean?
All
So
right, brother.
always...
What is your score prediction for your lineup if we do with this lineup?
For me, if we do with this lineup against Manchester United away, I think that we will probably either draw. We won't lose. Because if it doesn't work, then we have to go for a draw. But if you go in trying to destabilize them and trying to win, then you shake them up a little bit, and you do not let them stay stable, right? But if you go out there and you have more defense, which I'm sure he's going to do because we are going to Manchester and they have a new manager bounce or whatever, and I'm sure he's going to pack we are going to have more defenders than attackers, right? There's no balance there. So we will pack it with 7 defenders and 3 attackers, and the defenders will pass the ball among themselves. Majority of our possession will be like that. It won't be a possession that is really in their half. It will be a possession that is either in the center or in our half. That is not the way to play the game these days. You need to run.
I respect that, brother. I respect that. I have to go now, and really appreciate your help today.
Okay, I gotta go too, and I will definitely come up when you come tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you for indulging me. People's Republic was supposed to leave before me. I'm leaving before you.
Okay.
I like that. So I'll talk to you all later tomorrow.
Thank you so much, my brother. Okay, People's Republic, give your lineup, say goodbye, and let's get out of here.
I am too tired for lineups. But,
okay, let's go. Say goodbye.
But I just think that from what I saw from yesterday from Man United, I think they're going to smash Chelsea and give us a reality check. And because they just look like a completely different, almost like they landed back from the moon, something. I think, who are these people? I didn't even know who they were. And Chelsea better wake up, because they played like Chelsea, but just only better. And so we're going to have to maybe defend a little bit and not play such a high line, because if we do play the normal high line, I think United is going to expose us. But 3-1 United, I think maybe honorable loss. And but yeah, I don't know. But I hope obviously I'm always expecting Chelsea to win, but I'm also live in reality. From what I'm seeing with Chelsea recently, I think that we've been exposed a little bit. I don't know, maybe I'm being a bit too pessimistic, but yeah.
All right, brother, take some rest, and if you have time tomorrow, you join us. And remember, we have you on the VAR, and if we win, we end up by smashing Manchester United, I'm coming at you for being negative. People, thank you so much for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow.